Hello everybody, and welcome to the Glow Forest April D&D one-shot. I am Firefly, owner of the Glow Forest, socials below, and I'm here today with a group of heroes ready for an adventure led by the amazing DM Mojo.
Hello.
So we'll go through each hero quick to introduce themselves. So today's heroes are Sapphic.
Hello. Shall I introduce myself now? Or are you going to go through people's names?
Nope, go ahead and describe your hero.
No worries. So I am playing a ASMR cleric named Dana. We're doing level 3, and she has olive skin with kind of really messy, wavy lilac skin, and is wearing kind of a Victorian lace dress with a slit down the middle, and she mains the mace in this game.
Nice. Next is Lucas.
Hello. I'm playing a character called Marshall Athlon Surdis. He is a variant human ranger that specializes in swarm keeping. He comes from a bit of a hunter background, but with a strange twist. He's actually deaf.
Oh. Nice. Next is Funky Monk.
I'm playing Aura Whiskson, a Air Genasi bard with no hair whatsoever.
Nice. Next is Apples.
Hi, I'm playing Amber, a variant human rogue that is an arcane trickster, and she has short red wavy hair, and she wears pretty simplistic clothes, but some of it has fancy embroidery on it.
Noise. And last we have Aya.
Hello. I am playing Carborundum, who is an Earth Genasi druid. He has rough brown tan skin, the texture of sandstone, and is wearing a shamak and long brown and tan robes, the better to be around in the desert in.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna hand things over to Mojo now. Good luck, everyone.
All right,
Enjoy.
cool.
See ya.
Thank you.
So, hello everybody. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah.
So, I'll start off by describing the setting a little. Currently, you are all within the walls of a city called Karak. Now, in this desert region, Karak is infamous as the last bastion of the Sand Viper Rebellion, who actively try and fight back against the tyranny of the Rodashi Empire, who swept over the land almost 300 years ago. The Sand Viper Rebellion was made up of many dispersed clans, many of whom were warring at the time and eventually came together in order to try and fight back. Unfortunately for them, they didn't have the military efficiency or the funds to really stand much of a chance, but what they could do is set up a city atop of the flat-topped mountain where there had previously been a sort of mining settlement. They built their walls high, and because of the nature of the fort, it's almost impossible for the Rodashi to completely wipe them out, and therefore it is a safe haven for many races and people, such as perhaps your characters. It's home to all manner of anyone from, freedom fighters to cutthroats, mercenaries. It's a real mixed bunch. So, your mission. Currently, you are headed in the direction of a specific mine in the area. Not so much a famous mine, but something that anyone would know, similar to how you would with a pub or something. Anyway, you're headed there after, in a tavern, earlier today, you heard talk over on another table of a man that owns the mine needing help. He basically said that there has been a grudge between these two mining families. A deal went bad, and now there's 500 gold pieces up for grabs to anyone who can find these missing miners, essentially. So right now, you're walking through the streets of Karak on your way there. On your way, you would see all sorts of people as the sun sort of beats down on your backs. A lot of the architecture here is like mud huts and stuff that's sort of been cobbled together. It's not necessarily an architectural masterpiece by any means. As you pass through the streets, there's everything from red orcs riding atop of giant boars to hairless tabaxi who walk past in their sort of silk robes. Marshall, at one point of interest to you, you manage to see the shadow of a particularly large ogre which is stomping through the streets in your direction, generally passing the party. And you smell the scent of goblins as you look up and see that they're all sort of hanging out in this large wooden sort of moving base on its back, just generally goofing around. But you continue until you reach the outside of this mine. You can see the sort of steel elevator that would have been used, well, is used to lower miners in and out of the mines, which would be operated by some sort of beast of burden. And you see a wooden shack, which has the symbol of a pickaxe on, and you know that this must be the place where this mission is supposedly set for you guys.
Is the steel contraption for lowering people down, is it large enough for adults too, or just minors?
100%. It's old enough for. Oh, I see what you. Was that a joke?
It was a pun, yes.
I was like, wait a second. Yeah, no, it's big enough. It's maybe like 3 meters by, a meter and a half more long than it is far back, I suppose. But you can see a sort of medium-sized triceratops, which is sort of bound to the mechanics that winch and drop the elevator, but no one with it. You can see silhouettes through the panes of glass beside the door of people inside the sort of mining hut.
Dana kind of gestures to the rest of the group and kind of says, "Are we expecting to be meeting someone here?"
Yes, we just knock on the door.
Yes. I think yes. Let's do that.
Yes, we should do this.
After you?
No, after you.
I
Okay.
Touch at the door and just start knocking.
So,
Not like annoyingly, just like a sort of rhythmic tapping.
and as you hit the door, you see the door handle turn, and you walk in to see a pretty run-of-the-mill mining shack. It's mostly made of like wood of varying types, so it's, like I said, not exactly architectural masterpiece, but it holds together. There's sort of a mine cart full of cobbled rocks and various mining tools, lamps and pickaxes hanging from the walls on fixtures. And you see that there are 4 individuals in here. The first person that perhaps catches your eyes is the youngish man who's opened the door for you. He
Hi.
wears sort of like a purple overcoat and a orangish turban. He's got like some scraggly, dark facial hair, tanned skin, and sort of like a half smile as he greets you and says, "Come on in, please.
Opening the door, sir.
You're very welcome." The other people that you see lay in a smallish bed with a cast on their arm. You see a halfling man, bald, dark skin, with small rounded glasses and sort of a white rag tied around his head and his shaven head. You see a tiefling woman with almost reddish dark skin, black hair, black sort of thick eyebrows and bits of white paint on the forehead, sort of decorating long ears that come back. And you see another dark-skinned man standing in the back, sort of gangly with a sort of large smile. He's got afro-ish hair cut into a Mohican. And they all sort of acknowledge you as you walk in. The man who let you in, the younger man, says, "Please take a seat. We have a bit of a problem here, and now that you've spent a couple of seconds in this room, you can now feel that you've walked into quite an awkward atmosphere that you could perhaps, say that you could cut with a knife. It's such a sort of, when they say you can hear a pin drop, right? It's
Sorry, I'm quite used to that sort of silence.
So it seems like there was some sort of argument or something that has been happening since before you walked in the door. So I suppose you were here about the contract.
Yes,
Yes.
this is what we have been hired for.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Well, what has happened is me and this lady here, and he hand gestured towards the tiefling woman, had the deal. She came to me knowing the whereabouts of some glow mites that were supposedly supposed to be in my mine. She sent her men down there, and I sent my friend Pietro to accompany. And he hand gestures over towards the halfling who's sat with his arm in a cast. Apart from when they got down there, Pietro was attacked by some sort of monster and escaped back up to the top, and we don't know what's happened to the miners. It smells a bit
manner of-
fishy to me.
Apologies. What manner of monster?
You're best talking to Pietro. And he gestures over to him, and the guy sort of there, you can see he's quite shy, quite rounded features, sort of looks up through his circular spectacles, one arm sort of in a cast as he sort of bundles himself into his already smallish form, just looking at you guys. Yes, I didn't see exactly.
Interesting. How did it hurt you? Did it have
well,
claws? Did it have?
you-
Did it snarl? Did it breathe fire? What manner? Can you describe it in any way?
When we got down into the mine, we were perhaps down there for 10 minutes. And it got me from behind. Whatever it was inhumanly strong. It picked me up and threw me across the cave. I didn't even hear it. It just snuck up on me. And
This is good to know. Thank you.
What
Okay.
did it pick you up with? Did it have like did it feel like sort of like opposable thumbs, or was it like
perhaps
sort of
it's
head
hard to
movement?
tell. I don't think it was a bite. I've not really got a mark on me apart from this broken arm. I think it was hands. It threw me across the room. I clattered into the wall. I heard the lamps smash and the dwarves running and shouting, and I made my way back to the elevator and rang the bell as loud as I could until Monroe, and he gestures over to the other man who you've not talked to yet. eventually pulled me up, and, well, that was yesterday.
Has any of your other people heard anything like this before? Is this something new? Surely someone in the local area would have heard of something down there by now.
So, as you say this, you feel a hand gently rest upon the top of your shoulder as you turn and see this tiefling woman looking at you with sort of a neutral gaze, I suppose. Yes, well, these things tend not to happen when mine owners have their mines properly cleaned with an annual extermination. But Yanma here has not been doing that, have you? And he sort of looks with an accused face, defensive. Yes, well, I don't think it's been any monsters. We haven't had anything down there in years. I just think it's a bit funny that you accuse me when all of the blame clearly lies with you.
I do not think assigning blame here is useful at this time. Perhaps you can consider who is at fault when the mine is clear and your workers are safe to go back to their jobs.
They're not my workers. This is why I'm so suspicious. Aisha here, gesturing to the woman, has organized everything. She was the one who came to me with this information that glow-mites could be found down there. And she was the one who brought the miners. I merely own the mine.
So you
They are
think she's
your
trying...
workers then. The people who work for you and do things in your mine are your workers. Whether you have procured them is irrelevant. Though mine cannot proceed until we have cleared it, so perhaps you can stop arguing until we get the information we need.
Perhaps. We'll see.
Yes, we understand that things might be quite tense as it were, but surely, we're here for the reason of finding out what happened. You say it was human-like. Like I said, does anyone else here know of anything in the area that could have done such an act?
Oh, there's plenty in the area that could do something like this, just not in my mine.
Apparently in your mine.
Seems so. Or maybe something else has happened. I find it strange. 5 people went into this mine. 4 of her dwarven miners, and 1 of my men, Pietro. His job was to count how many glow-mites they got, and then to ensure even distribution of profit. He was to count how many and report back when they returned. Apart from he was the one attacked, and he was the one who got out, and I don't know where these dwarves are.
Well, that is for us to find out. Is it
I
not?
hope so.
How far down the mine was Pietro attacked?
About 10 minutes in. Not very long at all.
Oof. Do you have any kind of structured maps that we could potentially take down with us? Obviously, we need to find these other miners. Anything from you? I know this is a tense time, but
These are mine. Do you have any lights as well, like sort of lantern things?
Yes, we can supply you with all of these things, especially lanterns. We have many. I think it's best that you know exactly what you are looking for, though, first. Perhaps Aisha would be kind enough to explain what exactly a glowmite is. She sort of steps forward. A glowmite is a insectoid that can be found in most subterranean environments. They are around the size of a house cat. They have around 6 legs and a hard blue shell. What makes them so special is that they have crystals which grow out of them, and these can be harnessed to power artificers' tools or mages' spells. Because of this, the Rodashi have practically hunted them to extinction, so a find like this is very, very rewarding and very rare.
Surely want to farm and breed them rather than hunting them.
Well, that's the plan.
Nice. I'm all for conservation of species.
And
So
I
what
assume
about...
they give
Oh,
off
no, you
light
go.
as well.
What was that, sorry?
I assume they give off light as well.
Yes, they do.
Then they should be easy to see.
Yes, it should have been an easy job. It's a shame that Yanma couldn't keep
This
his
is not
mind clean.
productive.
What? And who kept their mind clean? What? What is this? What?
Well, if you own a mine, the premise
not
is that to
productive.
ensure a safe work environment, that you will have an
Misheard.
annual extermination.
I mean...
Friends, is there other information we need? Amber, you have not said anything. Do you have questions that perhaps might be helpful in our exploration?
Oh, hang on. I've just realized Marshall hasn't heard any of this. So can I just like sign language what's being said to Marshall, or do
So
they
Marshall
read
has the
it?
ability to lip read thanks to his observant feat.
Oh, right. Okay.
So as long as he
Yeah,
can see, he can hear.
I'm more
basically.
just like sitting here, kind of trying to glance around, picking up on what people are saying, and trying to piece
Right.
it together in my head.
Yeah.
kind of thing.
If we
But
all
obviously
know
I
each
won't
other, I
catch
would have been.
everything, So
I would have been making sure that I was at least angled so that Marshall could see my face as we were talking.
Yeah. As you can see, the gangly figure at the back of the room steps forward, sort of into the light of the windows. Well, if you want to come with me, I can show you the mine.
That would be
Sure.
fantastic, yes. Please do.
Yes,
You
please.
lead the way.
He walks out of the door that you guys have just come in and walks straight up to the elevator, which leads down into the mine.
Just a quick question. What's the deal with the Triceratops? Is that just like powering the winch for the lift, or?
Well, yeah, essentially, I'm not strong enough to pull, 10 fully grown miners up all by myself, so I got old Bessie here, and he slaps it on its sort of rump to help me out. And in exchange, you see him pull a carrot out of his pocket. He walks over, one hand tucked behind her frill, and the other one feeds the carrot in. Bessie, get some food.
Where did you
You
grow
can-
the carrots? We're in the middle of a desert.
Well, that's the thing about Karak. We got many, sort of cave systems that are the perfect environment to grow a lot of crops. That's why we've survived this long.
We
Interesting.
can speak with Bessie on our way back if we need to.
Dana pets Betsy.
Make a. Actually, there's no need for a check. You pet successfully.
Pat, pat.
She seems to enjoy it, although she's sort of more engrossed in just getting another carrot, so her eyes do not leave Monroe the entire time.
Oh, of course. Of course.
I found one thing quite peculiar. I'm not sure whether I should bring it up, but well, I work on this elevator every single day, and the morning before all this commotion started, in fact, the very same morning, I came here and noticed, and he sort of pulls on the steel cage door. The locking mechanism was done broke.
Oh, that's a shame.
This seems relevant. Thank you for letting us know.
Lock
You're very
keep
welcome.
people- Does the lock keep people in or other things out?
And it's just for safety, keeping people in while we raise them up or lower them down. Don't want nobody falling out. It's a long way down,
Right. Why would you need a lock though?
just for security.
Okay.
It's nothing that can't be operated from the inside, and it also helps us stop people from playing on it in the night. You got some kids around here, no parents to keep them safe, no parents to teach them right from wrong. They'll run amok in the night if you let them.
Well, I imagine they'll learn right from wrong themselves, given enough trial and error.
Here's
That's
hoping.
not usually how things happen.
Have you found any bother recently with the lock been broken now?
No, like I said, I didn't really think nothing of it. It happened yesterday before we lowered the dwarves and Pietro down. I didn't think much of it. But now I'm starting to think it might be a bit suspicious.
Well, you'd think if anyone was smart enough, they wouldn't have come straight away the next day. Of course.
True. Not sure. These things happen, you know.
Indeed.
Mm.
So, are we prepared to visit the mine? Is there anything else you would potentially want to show us to prepare us for anything else?
I
Did
don't
we
think
receive
there's a...
an answer to the map question?
Oh yes.
Well, we don't have a map as such, but we can give you some directions.
That would be helpful. Thank you.
You're very welcome. He goes inside, and a few moments later, he comes out with
It's
Yanma,
down
and they're
for
both sort of
directions.
holding these oil lanterns, which they hand out to each of you.
And the oil doesn't run out.
Here's hoping.
Hopefully.
Here's
Don't really
hoping,
want to be
indeed.
down there long enough till it does.
Yanma pipes up. So, just to be clear, I want you to go down there, try to find these dwarves, see to it that they are brought back safely, as well as how many glow mites they may have found. And I suppose if you see this supposed monster, then you can dispatch of it.
Why mites generally dangerous? Because, I feel like we should probably know if they're, dangerous or...
No, not dangerous unless you let them grow up. Of course, they usually don't make it that long. They are just babies, grubs. This should not be a problem.
It is a great tragedy.
Well, they have to have a mother, surely.
Yes, I suppose, but they are usually very docile. Incredibly docile, which is probably why they're almost extinct now. But they are sharp, They have these crystals coming out their back. They could spike you, I suppose.
We shall be cautious. Very well. Thank you for the lanterns.
You're very welcome.
Are we all ready to go down? Or do we need other things before we go?
I suppose the direction that they were supposed to be going is when they got to the bottom, they travel forward. There is nothing you can miss. You go forward until you get into this largest sanctum, which is supposedly where this attack has happened. From there, they were supposed to go on the very right passage, continue down for maybe 20 minutes or so, and then after that, they were just supposed to search for sort of clues which could lead towards these glow mites.
Good to know. Thank you.
Understood.
Very welcome.
Okay.
When y'all are ready, go get in the elevator and I'll have Bessie lower you down slow.
Okay. I will take one of the lanterns. I don't know why I needed to say that in accent. I'll take one of the lanterns and I will use Druidcraft to light it.
Okay,
See
yep.
you with your druid
Nice.
spells.
So click your fingers and lights up quite nicely.
I'm mildly impressed.
I guess
Well,
I
that's
will
impressive.
do the same with mine, and I have a tinderbox, so
So, light your tinderbox,
yes.
put it in, and lights up just the same.
Hell yeah.
Anybody light mine?
Working as intended.
Okay.
So, as you guys are sort of lighting up your oil lanterns, there's a big shunt as this thing makes one large descent and then stops after about a second, and then slowly lowers down, and you can hear the sound of like creaking metal and this mechanism that sort of brings a sweat to your brow if there wasn't one already from the heat. Just thinking about if this thing has been safety approved or not.
The safety
Meanwhile,
inspector's in
Marshall is
Karak.
rocking back and forth, singing elevator music in his own head,
I
Beautiful.
play along.
blissfully unaware.
I play along with my flute. I know he can't hear it,
But it's nice for him sometimes.
but yeah.
I turn
Maybe
and
he
look at
can-
him and smile, like, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. So I do have a candle if we need it, but hopefully we don't.
So, about probably the best part of 10 minutes passes. You guys have been lowered down very slowly, with intermediate pauses, but now the light above you is quite far behind, and you feel the shunt as the elevator meets its sort of final destination. The door swings open and then sort of swings back and forth a little on its hinges as you see ahead of you a dimly lit mine.
Thank you for the lift. Friends, do we wish to go silently or just go normally?
Well, I would think that we're relatively safe until we get to the sanctum.
That
You
I
know what
don't know
I
how
reckon?
wide this tunnel is. No, go on.
You know what I reckon attacked him? Okay. It's quite possibly the, angry parent of the little glowmite things, because, I mean, they've got to have a parent, surely. And if they're young and in the mine, chances are they, just... It's a good chance that the mother's just trying to protect her children, or something, from getting, farmed and stuff. Like, they've been hunted to near extinction. It's quite reasonable to think that, maybe the mother doesn't really want to, doesn't know what these weird humanoid things want to do with her children.
we can ask her when we find her.
I hope it's a demon.
That seems appropriate for you.
Maybe.
It was not judgment.
I didn't take it as so. Right, chaps. I'm sending you first. Whoever's biggest. Off you go.
I believe that is me. I shall go first. And I will go first
Okay.
with my lantern straight down the shaft ahead of us.
We'll go at the very back, because I'm quite scared of being underground, being an air genasi and all.
Noted.
Can I be right in the middle?
Sure.
I feel like the middle is really good. Strat.
Nice
So-
and cozy in the middle.
Nice in towards the front, because that'll work out well.
I have to be watching our backs, don't I?
I suppose you could.
Someone has to.
I guess that's my job.
Amber,
So-
where would you like to be?
I'll be close to the front.
Okay.
It's just leaving me in the back. That's fine.
I
That's
You
fine.
did volunteer.
Left alone.
Just left alone, just in the back, with like a 5-meter gap between me and the rest of the party.
You can hold my hand if you want to.
Please! I can't see very well!
Okay, so continuing down the mine, it's pretty nondescript, pretty much what you would anticipate from a mine. There's some crudely made tracks and the odd mine cart, which is, full or empty. The walls all around you are held up by sort of wooden supports, which look to have stood the test of time for quite some time.
They look like they could be set fire to easily. Let's try and keep the flames away from the wood.
Yes.
Proceeding
I don't wanna
down,
be trapped in a mine.
you eventually get to the aforementioned inner sanctum, the first sanctum, where you can see there's, many little mines that sort of go off in one direction and then maybe stop after a few meters, or perhaps curve and arc and continue. But it is clear to you that this was probably the spot that they described where Pietro was attacked and the dwarves were last seen.
Is there... I assume there's signs of a struggle here?
So,
There.
as you walk around, trying to work out,
Okay,
signs
ready,
of struggle
ready.
and such, you are sort of looking at the walls, trying to work out exactly what happened, shining your oil lantern with it sort of like an arm ahead of you, until eventually you hear a crunch under your feet. You lift up your boot, shine the oil lantern below you, and you find glass which has just been shattered, and a little bit of sort of spilt oil around the area, which glows in its weird, oily, metallic light as you shine your light upon it.
Friends, it appears as though there is a broken glass orb here.
Oh,
Does it look like a smashed lantern?
It does indeed. You sort of compare it to your own, and that seems like the most sensible conclusion to come to, that it is in fact a smashed lantern.
Can we
Perhaps
get a
this is
gauge
when-
on how big the sanctum is from where we stood?
Sure, yes. So
is there an
probably,
echo?
yeah, there's probably a slight echo.
Like echoes.
Maybe about 3 meters high and about 12 meters lengthways, and then perhaps another 15 meters. That's lengthways, then wide, I suppose.
Yeah.
I want to cast the cantrip light on my lantern and kind of hold it up to hopefully kind of illuminate the room without using
Yeah.
anything flammable.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You managed to do that.
Why weren't we
It's-
using
it's already
light in
lit,
the first
though.
place?
It's already lit though.
Yeah.
Do you need it to be... Do you need the lantern to be...
So, a bit of extra light floods the sanctum in which you're in. You find, as you continue sort of looking now with the light that's illuminated the room a little bit, a bit of a torn rag, and what looks like it might be a bit of blood on there.
So, they broke the skin. Whatever attacked them broke the skin, and somebody started bleeding.
Is the rag in the oil? Is the rag with the blood on it, is it in the pool of oil?
And no, it's maybe 5 foot,
To be
a little
fair,
deeper into the cave.
do you mind if I pick up the rag and start trying to soak some oil in it? Just to make
Go
it
for it.
like, just to make it flammable in case one of our oil lanterns goes out. And
Sure.
We need an extra
The
light source.
existence of light is not the problem. Perhaps we should inspect the rag to see what manner
Ah.
of blood is it. Is the blood red? Is it fresh? Is it torn? Does it look like it belongs to clothes?
Go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Oh, could I assist potentially?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, well, our first roll is a 19, so...
Oh, you might not need it.
Medicine... 21.
Okay, excellent.
Blackjack.
So, as Donna and Carborundum put their minds together, looking at this blood-soaked rag, not so much soaked, but definitely there's a bit on there, you come to the conclusion that it is relatively fresh. If not from today, then probably from yesterday. And yeah, come to the conclusion that, yeah, this is definitely from the incident of whatever happened down here yesterday morning.
It is as we suspected.
So, can I soak it with oil now, or?
Why do you wish to soak Arak with oil in a place where flammable things are dangerous?
Well, we have oil lamps already.
Yes, and we
So-
have a person who can make light whenever they wish.
Fair enough.
I think soaking things in oil is not good. You may have that egg, though, if you wish.
Sure. Actually, let's not. Maybe they've got a really good sense of smell, and the big monster thing. Maybe they've got a good sense of smell, and they can follow the scent of the rag. Maybe they've got a nose for blood. Who knows?
I will tuck the rag into an inside pocket.
For later.
Alright. Bloody rag for later.
As a treat.
Yeah.
So there's no immediate danger from what we can tell. I guess we continue
Are you-
down the path we were given.
I'd actually like, before we go, I'd like to look for tracks, see if I can see tracks of anything that is larger than a dwarf or a halfling, because we know that a couple dwarves and a halfling were here before. Are there any tracks here that are different?
That is a
Sure.
good shout.
Go ahead and give me a investigation check.
Can it be survival because I'm looking for tracks?
Sure.
10.
Okay, so due to the nature of the floor of the mine, mostly being sort of rocky and sort of, you've got the mine tracks that run up and down through it, you don't manage to pick up on any tracks while you sort of go over there, shining your light over and using the light from Dana's cantrip. You don't manage to really pick up on anything. Not even the halflings or the dwarves.
I see no tracks here.
I guess to give context to the
Perhaps
spell
we
as well, it's 20 feet.
20 feet, okay.
Perhaps we continue down the path we were told the glow mites were.
Okay,
I
so
I will once again go ahead with my lantern, or at least in front. I'll lead.
sure thing. I'm going to assume you guys stay in the same formation.
Yep, with me watching everybody's backs.
Got it. So,
Ooh.
Good job.
Could I, if we're going down the tunnel, could I drop it for potential stealthy sakes? I don't want to keep it up.
could you what, sorry? Oh,
I
you
just
drop
want
your
to...
light. Yeah,
Yes.
got
Sweet.
you.
Thank you.
No worries. So, light goes out back into the sort of relative darkness of your lantern's glow as you, one by one, make your ways down the narrowing mine passages. Now, at this point, as you push through, the heat of the mine is beginning to hit you. It was hot outside, it's hotter down here, and it's just humid as you just push your way through, every now and again wiping the sweat from your brow, or taking a swig from your respective water containers, which I'm assuming that you've all prepared, because it would be foolish to walk around the desert without one.
Yes, definitely. Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Yes, sir.
You guys
Um,
also all know that I can make water when necessary.
Oh, that's useful.
I was going to say, at least one of us prepared,
I
make
have,
food,
I have
make food and drink.
the good berry
I'm
spell.
genuinely quite
So that might be
useless,
handy.
I think. like half.
You just
Oh,
have to give
managing
us, like, 12
to spell
inspiration at a time.
language. Yeah.
It is good that you said it, and not me.
so,
Very well, we shall continue.
eventually, you make your way through, following the instructions to the best of your ability, sort of stopping to take a look at the available passageways and then continuing onwards. You find yourselves, most notably, at another sanctum. Sort of passing through all the mine tunnels, there wasn't really a whole lot of note. But now you've got to another sanctum, and it's a pretty safe bet that if they followed the tracks, if they had followed the tracks, they would have ended up here. So it's a pretty safe bet that they perhaps did follow the tracks if they were running. So it's sort of a similar size to the last one, apart from the fact that in order to get into it, you sort of need to make a large jump down, maybe 10 feet between sort of connected bits of mining rock, which are of relative size. You manage to get down into the main sanctum, and as you sort of whoosh your lanterns around, trying to bring some light into the area, it's clear that there are a good few things in here which are of note. So going this is from just sort of hitting the ground, you notice a tarpaulin, like a large piece of cloth, thrown on the ground, and a minecart which is full of cobblestone, pretty close to it. And apart from that, it's just sort of what you would expect, a few mining tools. Looks like people have been working here at some point.
You said there was a large jump down. Is there like a ladder that we can use to get back up in the event that we need to run the hell away very, very quickly?
So it's sort of a series of almost like natural steps made out of lumpy bits of rock, which
Why didn't we
occasionally
take those down?
cause you to scramble down.
Right.
So
it's sort of like a pile of rocks.
yeah, it's a pile of rocks that is pretty decent for getting up and down.
Cool.
Could I take a moment to kind of do a listen out for anything, be it other people or creatures, just to kind of take a quiet second?
Sure. So could you give me a perception check?
Maybe. That is 18.
Okay, so with an 18, listening, you're just sort of sat there, not much sound. Your ear twitches a little bit as you hear on the other side of the room a little bit of rubble just rustling around, that sort of noise that of stones cobbling together, just rustling towards the other end of this sanctum. But apart from that, not a whole lot.
I mention it to whoever's closest to me. I kind of give a bit of an elbow and a whisper, being like, a little bit of movement over there.
Who's closest to you?
Whoever wants to hear.
You
Then
say.
not
Well,
me.
if
I'm
it's
gonna roll a
Marshall.
dice. Okay, it's gonna be.
If it's Marshall.
It's gonna be. Let's make it Amber. I will tell Amber.
I will whisper back. Okay. And just be on the lookout for anything.
Nice.
All right.
Privy to this information?
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah.
Do we know this as well, or?
Well, I've only given Amber the nudge for the minute because it was small enough. We'll see what happens.
I'd like to look around and see if I see any more tracks or anything here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another survival check.
9.
No tracks, my friend.
I am not seeing anything more here. I'll kind of scan my lantern across. Is it like just an aura around us, or is it like a beam lantern where it projects
Yeah, it's an aura around you.
Okay, then I shall just, I guess, we've stepped into this chamber here?
Yeah, more or less. It's pretty flat ground once you get in there. And there's like a few different sort of passageways going off, smallish mining tunnels.
Okay. I will. How many mining tunnels are there?
3.
Okay. I will just step up a little bit to the rightmost one and sort of, with my lantern a little bit ahead of me, have a look in and see if I see anything.
Okay, so as you walk forward, Dana and Amber, you both see as Carborundum is headed towards where you've heard this little bit of rustling coming from. So, you get there. You're shining your torch around, trying to see what's going on, and you see an orange flicker at the end of a probably 10-foot long mining tunnel. And as you sort of push your light downwards so as not to blind yourself, looking further, you can see a glowmite, which you've had described to you, just sort of slowly moving in the corner, just sort of scarpering around, but very like infantile, trying to move rocks with its tiny little arms ahead of itself to clear its way, and then bumping into a wall and slowly turning around with these quite large crystals sort of jutting out of its back and giving off a glowing aura.
I'll stand back up and turn around to everyone and say, "Friends, I have found a glowmite. This is what they look like, apparently," and I will point at it.
I'll start moving around to the other side of the room.
I look up at the roof just to see if there's anything just clinging onto it.
Okay, looking up at the roof, scanning the top, pretty nondescript. There doesn't appear to be anything clinging onto the roof.
To be honest, I sort of expected that, but
But
that's fine.
good that you said.
Yeah,
you never know.
To be sure.
Yeah,
Have to be sure.
could be just something just lurking up there, just jumping down. Surprise!
So
Random encounter.
are you all kind of heading towards Carborundum's current spot?
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, walking past, Marshall, you notice with your passive perception, walking past, you glance to the left to see the mining cart, notice that it's full of cobblestone, and then notice that there is a rope underneath the mining cart, sort of where it would attach to another cart. It's sort of been tied there, and the rope is sort of moving along the ground and then going underneath the tarpaulin, which is strewn across the floor. Just notice that out of the corner of your eyes, you head over to see this glowmite at the end of a small tunnel. It's clearly a mine that's been started and given up on early, or a mining passage. So it's just sort of cornered in the back of this thing, and you can just hear a little as it's moving, skittering around.
Marshall hears that.
Well, the rest of you do. Marshall doesn't. Marshall lip reads that.
I forgot about the
I
tarpaulin.
look at the
so-
bard, expecting the bard to describe it to me through eyesight and lips. And weird gestures.
Describe what?
I don't know, do some random ass crap. You're the bard.
Entertain me, Bart.
We do not have time for this. Have we checked under the tarpaulin yet?
We should probably do that.
Hmm. Does
Like,
someone
it's
want to
something-
take the other corner while I take this one, and we slide it over, slide it aside?
I'll take the corner, and let's do this gently. If there's anything underneath, we don't want to alarm it.
That
just-
seems reasonable.
So,
Alright, so I'll take one corner.
as you walk over to the tarpaulin and sort of crouch down to grab the corners, you notice that the center of the tarpaulin is sort of hanging inwards, and it
It's a
seems
secret
suspicious. And as you pull it away, a secret hole.
Oh no! A thing I expected to happen happened.
How deep is this hole? Are we able to tell?
Super deep.
Okay.
It's like at the very end of it, maybe you could tell that it's about 100 foot down. At the very end of it, there is sort of a faint orange glow coming from one direction.
Donna, may I borrow your light spell for a moment?
Possibly.
And I'll pick
I
up a
will.
rock. Pick up a rock off the ground and hold it out.
Hey,
Donna.
we're in the same brain. I was just going to do this. I cast lights on one of the
candle down.
cobble.
And I will drop it down the hole.
Okay, so
Alarm anything.
you watch as this light just falls down the hole and eventually clatters at the bottom, bounces off in one direction.
Did we observe, as we watched it go down, did we observe anything on the walls, or did it land in anything that would look suspicious, or did it just land at the bottom like another button?
Yeah, so when it landed, you could see as it was passing down, illuminating the rock walls. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary, and as it clatters along at the bottom, it just illuminates rock as far as you could tell, just a rock bottom.
Okay. It has a
Tunnels that
bottom
lead.
much as myself.
Are there any other tunnels that lead out of the sanctum apart from the one we just came in through, or is this our only option for progression?
Quite possibly, but this does seem. This was not described. This particular hole. All of the others you've been told about, like, oh, you know, they might lead to other sections of the mine, but no one mentioned a giant hole in the ground underneath the tarpaulin.
So, you said there was a rope, right?
Yeah, the rope is attached to a mine car, which you can now tell has been filled with cobblestone to act as a weight.
Oh, so is the rope just like hanging in the hole, or?
Yeah, it's just hanging straight down the hole,
Does it
Okay.
go all the way down?
all the way down.
That's kind of convenient.
Shall
I was
we-
gonna throw the rope down and hang on to it, but I wasn't just gonna throw the entire rope down into the hole.
You start tying it to anything.
I was
Like
just
that's what you win in the two bit.
of it.
Well, now it's down there.
I mean, if I had to roll for that, then I just. Oh man. Well, that's good. I
Shall
suppose
go
we
down?
start descending.
Okay,
Uh,
who's going first?
Yeah, well,
I
Absy's
guess-
going first.
I guess it's the same order that we did that we came in through here in.
Sure
Okay.
thing.
I shall go
Makes
first
sense, yeah.
again.
Sure.
How big around is the hole?
not very big at all. Maybe like 5 feet by 5 feet.
Okay. Then I will look at everyone and say, "Pardon me, friends," and I will back away a bit, and I will wild shape
Okay.
into a giant wolf spider, which is a medium beast. So it's
Yep.
and I will spider climb down the hole.
Nice. So
I have
without
blind sight
even
10 feet, dark vision 60 feet.
got you. So without even touching the rope, you watch as Caraborun.
You got it right the first couple times. Carborundum.
Yep. Carborundum just morphs into a spider and then just upon the sort of edge of this hole just starts crawling down rather quickly.
I really. See, I really want to do this in a really cool way, but I don't want to. Like, just like out of the game. I want to do this in a cool way, but I don't want to use a spell slot. So I'm just gonna use the rope and go down.
Sure thing.
I just
So-
climb down the rope normally.
Yep. Just all get onto the rope, slowly but surely lower yourselves down. And one thing that you all notice is how the heat just increases as you get down there. You start getting nervous because the heat is getting to such a point now where your hands are sweating and you're trying your best to sort of grip onto this rope with the, super long drop.
So the palms are sweaty.
Yep.
Knees
Knees
weak,
weak.
Spaghetti.
arms heavy.
Slowly sort of lowering yourselves down. The first down is, of course, Carborundum. As you get down there, you sort of crawl from the bottom of the hole onto the ceiling of the next section of this cave. And the first thing that hits your eye is just a sea of orange. As you look in one direction, there is just a
Colony.
not a colony. It's like an almost red glow which illuminates the entire room as you realize that hearing this sort of bubbling, that the next room is full of lava.
Nice.
Is
Well,
there,
I assume we don't
there's
need
a
these
safe
oil
place to
lamps.
land, though? There's a safe place to land, though?
Yeah,
From the
yeah,
roof?
sure.
Okay.
You can easily just sort of crawl along the ceiling down the wall to get there, or you could just drop off.
Yeah, I'm
Assume
gonna
that-
stay on the ceiling as my friends get down and just keep an eye out.
Quick thing, because there's a lot of natural light coming from the lava, I suggest we put out all of the oil lanterns just to save oil.
Yeah, I would have either handed my lantern off or put it out before wild shaping.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
climbing down, probably no one's gonna need a free hand for a lantern, so I just put it out and climb down.
Sure, noted.
So it merged, all my stuff, including the lantern, merged with my form though. So
Yeah. No worries. Okay, so with the last of yous being Aura, you managed to get down and all land safely in the section of this cave, with only one way forward being where this sort of orange glow is coming from. Everyone apart from Marshall, give me a perception check.
So I assume. Well, Marshall can still see, right?
Yeah, this is for hearing.
Oh, right.
I got a nat 20.
Nat 20!
That's not 20.
Nice.
Okay, that's
Nice.
12! I don't know if I add a bonus to it, though. I do add a bonus to it, don't I?
Yeah,
Do I
so
have
if you have a look on D&D Beyond in your...
Perception is wisdom, right? So 12...
yeah,
so
and then it's
13.
also in your... there's like a whole section. Let me see for your character. Oh shit, you've got so many half proficiencies and expertise.
yeah, because you're
and stuff.
bard.
So
Bard.
your perception is a +3.
Oh, cool. So 15 then.
Sure. So, what did Garbundum get?
Carborundum got an 8.
And Amber?
18.
18. So, both Amber and Dana hear the noise faintly over the noise of sort of bubbling and flowing lava. You pick up on the noise of conversation coming from inside of this section that you have not explored yet, but you can hear that there's people speaking.
Describe to Marshall to the best of my ability what we just heard, or you know.
Yeah, got you.
Yeah,
Do
kind
I roll
of.
for that, or
No, that's fine. I'm just
sweet.
gonna say you speak fluent sign language for the purpose of these sort of information trades.
Cool. I mean, I also have message as a cantrip, but I don't think that's it.
Oh.
Message is psychic, so you speak in their head. So yeah.
Yeah.
Then I just use message constantly. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with Marshall.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
I like it.
I'm playing a campaign with a deaf character now, and
I
really
thought it was like an
don't like
auditory
message.
thing. I thought it was like an auditory thing. I didn't know it was psychic.
I think it's
So-
telepathic.
All right.
Yeah, it is. It's telepathic. So you just invade Marshall's thoughts for a small amount of time in order to give him information. This is something that you've sort of grown used to over however much time you've been spending with
I was under the impression this is the first time I've ever met Marshall.
We all know each other.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just assuming
Okay.
you guys know each other. You
Yeah,
were hanging
that's
out
why
in a
I'm
bar
like
before
reminding
this.
you I can make water and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Create or destroy water because I live in the desert.
Ooh. Fancy. Hang on, what's the range of oh, it's 120 feet. So how far away do you reckon these voices are?
I'll tell you just a moment.
I hear nothing.
There's something down there. I can hear people.
About 120 feet.
I will.
I guess I cast message in that nondescript area. Just and I'm just like, okay, don't freak out. I know you can hear me in my head. You're not going crazy. I know it must have been a while since you've been down here, but you're not going crazy. Trust me. We're just down the corridor. If you can give us directions as to where you are, then that would be grand. We're
So-
here to help.
With that being done, so that is being done towards whichever life form is around the corner, right?
Yeah. I mean, they're
So-
talking. I assume that glow thingies can't talk.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
So, as you do that, you hear, "What the fuck? What the fuck? Something just spoke to me in my... Did you hear that? No, I didn't hear that. What was it? Well, someone's just spoke to me in my head."
The
And then you hear-
spider all on the ground next to you is going to look at you and take its forearm and put it like up in front of its face where its mouth would be if it were a human.
Just face bombing.
And I am going to climb up on the wall and try and sneak around the corner to see if I can see where the voices are coming from.
Okay,
Cool.
just letting you know you're a massive spider, right?
I am a medium-sized spider.
Okay, you're a medium-sized spider. Like, I don't know how big medium-sized is, but you might
I
freak
fit
him
in a
out
5 foot.
little.
That's why I'm on the ceiling, and I'm
Right.
sneaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I fail a stealth check, yeah, it goes bad, but I'm trying.
Right.
So give
Okay.
me a stealth check with advantage.
Okay. Uh, 18.
18. So, as you crawl up into this, where the cave sort of opens up, you can see that there is a a whole river of lava, which is maybe a 20-foot drop below where the current rock is. Lots of the rock is sort of collapsed down, you can see. So this is basically like a lake of lava, with the only platforms being a few sort of raised up out of the ground, on very thin and not exactly stable sort of rock bases. You can see there is a small section coming from where you guys have come from, which sort of stops, and then from that point, a long wooden bridge, which is maybe 80 foot, that leads all the way to the next section of the cave, where you can see 4 dwarves,
Where's the
sort
fifth?
of 2 of which there was only 4 dwarves. The 5th was Pietro when he was down here.
Right.
2 of them are having this conversation, and 2 of them are with their pickaxes just hacking at the wall ahead of them in the opposite direction to where you guys are coming. Towards where they. The best way to describe. Sorry. They're essentially going away from you by mining into this wall.
Okay.
Right.
And so I went essentially out over the lava where there are like little rock outcroppings you'd have to jump to, I assume.
So let me go ahead and screen share. I don't know if Firefly's still here. I'm gonna
Yep,
drop her
I
a
am
message.
right here.
Hey, Firefly. All right, we're ready for some screen sharing.
All right. Go ahead and share it, and
Very
then I'll pull it up, and then I'll
All right, boom.
I will show the screen.
Let's take a look. Ooh. Oh, so there's a bridge. That's helpful.
Here we are. Yeah, so this sort of wooden bridge is clearly pretty freshly erected. Yeah, so you guys would be sort of back here.
All right, it is live.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so you guys would be
You
sort
use
of
Photoshop. Nice.
back here. Yeah, I was going to use Roll20, and I was like, to be honest, I'm just better at Photoshop.
I do exactly the same thing with Inkscape. I completely understand.
Yeah.
Um,
So, and then
so
you would
I'm
be
on like
on the ceiling
trying-
around here.
Yeah. All right. So I will, having seen that there are 4 dwarves, I will come back to the rest of the party,
Okay.
and I will attempt to, the best of my knowledge. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna unwild shape.
I was gonna message, but sure.
I still couldn't reply.
Oh, really? Yeah, fair enough. No, I
Yeah,
think
because you have to speak the reply.
Oh, right.
I also pulled up the wording of the spell, and it's a little ambiguous, whether it's
Gotcha.
telepathic or not. But for the purposes of this game, it's Mojo's call. But so I will unwild shape, and I will say, the 4 dwarves that we are looking for, they are down this way. There's a bridge, and they are mining. I do not know what they are mining, but they are not appear to be in trouble. Perhaps they are the ones who attacked the halfling.
Well, yes, because the
just
hole
ask
was
them.
covered. Surely to keep it intentionally hidden. Of course. Why would they be mining away?
Our job here was to find.
How would they
them.
be able to cover the hole after they all went down?
Magic.
You are aware of a mage hand.
I am aware of Mage Hand. But they're minors.
They are adults.
True.
That's right. I'm making.
But they're
the joke
also
twice.
minors. They're
Well,
professional.
if our intention was to find them, surely we should make our way towards them. Surely.
That seems fair. But perhaps, in case their reaction to the message did not seem to be welcoming, so perhaps
Not exactly not
Make
welcoming, they
precautions.
just weren't understanding, you know? I don't think they've ever been messaged before.
make defensive precautions nonetheless, I think.
Okay.
And I'll get my shield out. Just it was been on my back before, and I'll just put it on.
Take out my boomerang, which is probably really freaking hot. So is there like a hand? Is there like a handle to it? Is there like a wrapped handle?
It's your boomerang.
Yeah. So with the boomerang, it's sort of like one side of it, sort of the out. You know, if it's in like a upside down V shape, the top would be sort of metal, and then the rest of sharp. Sorry, and then the rest of it would just be sort of like a regular boomerang.
Oh, okay, cool. Surely I'd cut my hand. Whatever.
Not if you were skillful enough.
You can grab sharp things with your hands without cutting yourself, as long as you're careful about it.
True.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
The thing is, though, how would I catch it? If it's like really going really fast.
By doing dope monk stuff.
Whatever. I'm not a monk though, I'm a bard.
But it says doer of dope monk stuff next to your name.
You know what? Doesn't matter. I'm proficient with it. I'm sure I figured this out.
Yeah. Alright, so, shall we send the talker first, or shall I go first?
I think going in person would be ideal, yes.
I figure we all go, but I am not the
Let's
best
try and
at
act as
talking.
nice as possible.
Yes, I don't recommend going alone, even if it might seem intimidating to them. You don't know what, given the circumstance, there is 4 of them.
But you have massive wings. Don't Asimar like have massive wings or something?
Not at level 3,
Not
I
all the
think.
time.
Or is it at level 3? I forget.
Not in my design.
Summon him out. No,
You only get it. It's a like a once per day thing.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Other
And
than that, they tend to look normal.
Gotcha.
yeah, they look like humans,
Cool.
but like really pretty humans. So like just normal Sapphic.
I'm fit as fuck.
So
Sorry,
I will.
continue.
No, I will look at Aura and say, perhaps you go first. Do the talking
Why me? Oh, okay.
because you are better. At
I
talking.
get it. Get the bard, do the talking. Fine.
You want me to talking? I will do the talking if you like, but then we end up fighting.
Honestly, I'd like you to back me up.
I'm
just so that I
coming
don't
with you.
go
I
out
will
there
be I'll be immediately behind you.
Oh, good.
And I'll let you get killed by yourself.
Thanks for the sentiment. So I guess I just... Well, first can I just make sure that the bridge isn't... Like, it looks very well crafted.
So you want to
what I
walk
can
out?
tell, but...
You want to walk out towards the bridge?
Yeah, we're off screen right now.
Yeah.
Let's walk up towards the bridge then.
Okay, so let's pick you up, put you over
I go
towards the
immediately.
bridge.
I am immediately backing him up immediately, but
Okay.
off the one, just like at his right shoulder.
His right shoulder. Okay. Who else is doing what?
Could I put myself next to where Marshall is on the map?
Yep.
Sweet.
Where does Amber want to be?
I'll be with Dana and then just slightly behind them.
Like here?
Yeah, that's good.
And where does Marshall want to be?
I will go a little bit further behind Amber, and I'll notch an arrow.
Okay, so we're there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you guys walk your way out, already a little bit startled from the voice in their head, you draw the attention of the 4 dwarves. Oi, stop! We've been followed. As they all sort of turn around, stop mining, and walk towards the sort of, foot of the bridge. This guy with he's sort of, a lot of them have like tanned or dark skin. This guy is the only person with white skin, white hair, like very messy. You can see they're all very sweaty with like this guy's got like a mustard colored bandana that's wrapped around his head. All three of the men have beards. The woman doesn't, but he sort of stands, puts his pickaxe on the ground. Funny place to get lost.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite a nice place for it, though.
So Marshall, at this point, you would be able to see that over here are like two squirming sacs that give off a faint auburn aura.
Oh.
Interesting. Good to know.
I suggest you turn around and forget that you saw anything.
The trouble is, really, we were sort of sent here to find you, so now we're in this really awkward situation where we're kind of expected to bring you out of the mine.
Yeah, well, that's not happening. So, why don't you go back and you tell them that you didn't find us or we were dead.
But
Oh, I don't want to lie, though. That seems so boring. Why would I lie? But, you know, they trusted us, you know? Besides, it's not like we aren't profiting off of this. Oh, I shouldn't have brought that up. Oh, well. I'll say it.
What board school did you teach at, man?
Law! Was at the College of Law. He studied law! Not hostage negotiation.
so I just with your accent, lore and law sound like the same thing to me.
The
So
College of
like,
Law.
It's like a
was
bard
gonna make
lawyer.
a joke.
That's dope.
I wish. No.
Alright, so
Fair enough.
Carbrundum is sitting here, just standing here, just watching.
I suggest that you let us go on our way and you go on yours.
Where are you going, though? Because you could have taken all these different passages and just kept going down those. Why here?
Only one of these leads out of Karak. And as soon as we're out, we're home free.
Are you convicts or something?
Well, we're taking all these to the Rodashi, and we're gonna get bloody rich.
But what about the conservation of species, though? You could be much more profitable if you just kept them and farmed them. You know, bred them, then you could sell the older ones, keep the children, raise them. You know,
I don't
it'd
have
be
time
like
for all that. Be easier just to go to the Rodashi, get a nice house, maybe get a
easier, but
wife.
less ethical. Got to talk about ethics here.
I don't think we do. Ways I see it, we're almost home free. At
Can I
at
move
this
up a little bit
point,
closer?
yeah. So, as you sort of move your way closer, you see out of the corner of your eye, coming from the darkness of the cave, a large, red, hulking figure walking forwards. Very notably an orc. He's sort of hands on the back of his head, walking out, yawning and sort of stretching. What's going on out here? I'm trying to sleep. Well, we've got some trouble, seems.
It doesn't have to be
Right.
trouble.
And you can see as he sort of walks forward, he's got some like loose fitting pants and an even looser fitting shirt, which he just effortlessly tears off himself, revealing his jacked red body underneath. Did we
Why
do
was he
these
wearing the
sorted
shirt in the
out?
first place?
Clearly, so he could tear it off and look cool.
In it.
Sure.
The rule of cool rules here.
Well, what happened about the job? What, with Aisha and Pietro? What?
I think
Why are
we
you down
did
here?
the attacking, yes?
Well, they wanted these insects, whatever they are, and they were willing to pay a bit, but not enough. Moral of the story, pay your workers and this shit don't happen.
Wait, so you guys weren't getting paid enough?
Well,
Surely there's
Yeah.
like a law around that. Were you getting like
Have
paid
you-
minimum wage? Were you
not as
like-
much as we will be now.
Have you considered, as an alternative, perhaps forming a union?
asking for a raise? You know?
They don't even have a union.
You are miners. Miners are normally unionized.
Yeah.
Not incorrect, friend. But
That seems
don't
like a
worry
good
about all
reason.
that. In about 24 hours, we'll be as rich as lords.
I don't know if you've met many lords, but generally it's an inherited position.
You can be bestowed if you are rich enough.
Okay.
We'll be going
down-
now.
Wait, but
wait.
surely the richness is a prerequisite for being a lord. Saying you're as rich, like you're so rich you're going to become a lord, or you're going to be the same wealth as a lord but without the status.
I don't have time for all this conversation.
Oh, okay, sure.
We've been sent down here for your own welfare of sorts. They must have sent us for a reason, unless they. I don't
You know,
understand.
we can always ask for a raise for you. Like, there's no harm in that.
We
They
don't need
presumed you were
anything
lost
from
down
you.
here.
Well, you don't need anything from us, but you do need stuff from your employers.
DM question?
Yep.
What was the specific wording of our contract?
The specific wording, it wasn't necessarily a fine print. It was an agreed upon deal that you would come down here and rescue the miners, as they were under the impression that they would need rescuing from some sort of beast.
Okay.
Well, I
And
mean,
also-
they clearly don't need
And
rescuing.
or kill the
We
beast.
have
Yeah.
accomplished.
And
the
also, on
terms
top of
our-
that, to return the anything that they found down there.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's a shame.
They are clearly not hard.
Yeah, I don't think they were here to bargain.
I do not wish the insects to be harmed
Harmed?
in such a matter.
Mm.
It is up to you. Collectively, of course.
I mean, I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Do you want to fight? I just like turn to everybody, just like, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight these guys? Do we have to fight these guys?
We were down here under the impression that they were needed help. Have we just been lied to? Are we just going to go back up the stairs and
I
say
hate to
that
say it,
with
but they're only
nothing?
gonna need...
No, I would not tell them.
No.
that-
Well,
I would
they
not
didn't...
tell the lie. I
they
would
didn't-
tell them what they are doing.
Yeah, they didn't say whether or not they had to be conscious when they were rescued. But we could just make something up and say a beast knocked them out. No, I was just against the lying thing. Why am I suggesting we lie to these lovely employers?
There were no
Anyway.
lovely employers. They were all terrible.
I don't know, the guy in the orange turban seemed nice.
They were all terrible.
We were sent here for a job, likewise.
Well, what do you guys reckon? I'm just turning to Amber and damn it, I've forgotten his name.
You watch
Marshall.
Marshall.
as the
I'm,
three
I'm
at the
just looking
back
at the dwarf currently, so I have no idea what he is around about.
move into positions, and all three draw crossbows and begin pointing them towards your general area.
Oh, they have crossbows. Oh, this isn't fair.
I aim my bow at them.
It seems
Well-
we have no choice.
Slightly less
Very
unfair now.
I will also aim my bow at them because I have one of those too.
Got you. Noted.
My
So,
boomerang.
I will
as
turn
intimidatingly
to
as possible.
I will turn to the four of them across the bridge, and I will say, I was considering going, but it seems you have made up our mind, and cast fairy fire on all of them.
Oh shit. Okay.
Okay,
Alright,
but
everyone give
aren't
me
we
an
supposed to
initiative
roll
roll.
for initiative? Yeah. Okay.
No, this is me doing a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
I understand that, but everyone else is going to need to roll
yeah,
initiative.
yeah. No, initiative is gonna happen, but like, this
Initiative
is
is
how I'm opening combat.
Okay, 12 total.
All right, give me a moment.
Do you mind if I like move back? Because I'm quite center stage at the moment.
Nope. This is starting now.
Oh, damn it.
Okay,
I got
Apples,
14.
what did you get?
Oh, sorry. 18.
18. Suffolk,
17.
17. Lucas,
14.
14. Monk, you got 12, right?
12.
And Aya,
10.
10. All right, Fairy Fire.
And I'm targeting it to hit. So as they're arrayed, it's a 20-foot cube. I will hit the 3 bottom dwarves and the orc.
All right, give me a moment.
Assuming that. Okay, so just a little thing. I'm just like whispering to everybody now, and I'm making sure that Marshall can see me. What if we lure them onto the bridge, and then we set fire to the bridge? Oh wait, no, we were told to get them out of. We were told to get them out of the mine, not kill them. That does raise a problem. Yeah.
If you did that, we wouldn't be able to retrieve the bugs.
That's true. Well, I mean, wait, did we establish whether or not Sapphic could, you know, have wings?
I guess
Or
it's
Is
for
that a yes or a no?
it's a no in terms of design, but it's it's a choice of mine when it arises.
Oh, right.
I can climb on ceilings.
But
That
at
is
general
also
kind
true.
of level 3, you can't generally fly.
Okay,
Right.
so what radius is Fairy Fire in? Sorry.
It is a 20-foot cube,
Okay.
and I am
That's-
getting the 4 essentially. Yeah, starting. No, the 4 bottom, the bottom 4. So I want to get the orc.
Okay, so like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Correct.
and then
It also hits the bridge, so I think it's being set on fire already.
No, fairy fire just. It's a deck save. It's not a super high DC because
Oh, right, cool.
I didn't get a racial wisdom bonus. DC
Gotcha.
12
Okay.
on the deck save.
12 on the deck save. All right. Bandit 1. I say bandit dwarves, but they have bandit. So dwarf 1, this guy here. That's a 4 plus 1. Misses. 16 plus 1 saves.
Succeeds.
13 plus 1 saves.
Uh,
The orc. 11 plus 3
Shit. Yeah, that saves.
saves.
Does
All right.
The orc have a +3 dexterity. That is a nimble orc.
Very
So
nimble.
only the
indeed.
only the first dwarf fails.
Yeah, only the first dwarf fails.
So he is currently glittering with green light and is giving off light, and everyone has advantage on attack rolls against him.
All right.
Oh,
Cool.
that's
Do the
nice.
others take any damage? Who succeeded?
There's no damage.
Oh, there's
no
no damage. Okay, got you.
Yeah, any attack roll has advantage if you can see it, and the affected creature or object can't benefit from being invisible.
Got you. Okay, cool. Could you all do me a favor and skip this track?
Yep.
Yes.
Gotta minimize the screen.
Thank you, Firefly.
Thank you, Firefly.
Oh.
Let's go, boys.
Now we battling. All right, cool.
Battle
Noted.
music.
So, order of initiative. First to go is Apples, Amber.
Okay.
Oh god, I cannot.
How far away am I from the closest dwarf on like the bridge, almost on the bridge?
You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85.
I really shouldn't have chosen that, should I?
Okay. Then I will try to shoot him with my short bow.
Okay, sure.
And I have advantage, right?
Hang on a
You do
minute.
indeed.
quick question. How far away are the other baskets?
If that's 85, then that'd be 90. Yeah, 100.
18 to hit.
18 hits.
Woo!
7 points of damage.
You have sneak
7
attack.
points of damage.
Oh yeah, I do. That's
Yeah,
right.
you have sneak attack because you had advantage in the attack roll.
I gotta roll 4.
She already got advantage from Fairy Fire.
Well, she had advantage in the attack roll, so she gets sneak attack. Is all.
Oh, got you.
Okay, so 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. You pull your bow, and as soon as this fire erupts out, you pull your bow, draw it, hold it sort of sideways, loose an arrow, and it whistles through the sort of the wavy air that is coming up from the lava, and just gets this guy straight in the eye as it goes, sticks out the back of his head, and he just falls down dead.
Is he dead? He's just dead! You just killed a man! Whoa!
The guy here on the left of him wipes the blood away from his face, and he's like, "Get him!" Alright, so 17 with Suffolk.
I guess we don't have any qualms about killing them anymore. I guess plan A still stands. I don't know.
I'm gonna pull out my light
To
crossbow.
be fair, they might not believe us. Wait a minute, they might not believe us if we just come out of the mine and say, "Oh, yeah, they were really, they were trying to sell off the glow-mites. Yeah, what a shame. We had to kill them." That doesn't seem.
It's combat, man.
I know it's combat, but I'm just.
Each round is 6 seconds.
Gotcha.
Let's go, Suffolk.
I'm gonna pull out my light crossbow, and
Okay.
I want to target the guy who, more closer to me, the dwarf on this.
This guy here.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. I think, it's around 85.
Sweet. Oh, no. Where's the thing that I had? Gimme. Eyes work, please. I got an 8. Ooh.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
No.
So, as you pull out your crossbow and try to shoot it across, it flies towards, and then you see suddenly as this large red hand slaps it out of the air, and it falls down into the lava underneath.
No, I'm not getting that back.
Next up is Marshall.
I will fire an arrow at the one almost directly straight ahead from me. The one highest at the top.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So. 22.
22 hits.
I rolled a 16 and I got a +6.
Nice.
Damage is 88. So 7 damage.
Oh, what am I gonna use that?
7 damage. So you fire it across in a similar fashion, and it sinks its way into his shoulder. He sort of drops to one knee, clutches the arrow, and goes to pull it out. And the woman next to him's like, "Don't pull it out! Don't pull it out!" So he just sits there, sort of with a grimace on his face. Now it's the dwarf's turn. So he is doing that, holding, looks up at you, pulls his crossbow from his side, and fires back towards Marshall. So that is a. Oh shit, that was the wrong dice. 20 to hit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hit.
It's not natural, don't worry. Okay, so comes whizzing back almost just as fast as you shot yours, and you take 6 damage. The dwarf next to him is going to move forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And take the dash action. 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So she's headed towards you guys.
No, I'm joking.
Mia is going to head here and go ahead and shoot Donna with his crossbow. That is a 5 plus 3 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
Yep, I don't think so.
thank fuck.
So sort of whizzes over your head, hits the back of the wall, sort of crashes against the wall. A little bit of rubble falls down, and it sort of just lands next to you. Following on from that is actually he's going to use his movement to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, there we go. 30. Aya's turn.
I will reach into my satchel of sling bullets, which are stones, grab 3 of them, and use my bonus action to cast a magic stone.
Okay.
And then pull my sling out and throw my sling, and use my sling to cast at the one on the bridge.
Which one? Closest to you.
The one closest to me, yeah. The
Cool.
closest. 18.
18 hits.
3. Actually, 3 points of damage. I rolled a 1.
3 points of damage. Okay, cool. Yep, so more of an inconvenience than the other projectiles that have been thrown. So arrows and crossbow bolts flying across you. You're like, reach into your pocket, grab a stone, it illuminates, you pull it back in your sling. Don't quite get the power that you want from it, so it sort of dinks off the top of her head. She sort of rubs the top like, what the fuck? Did you throw a rock at me?
And I will actually step in front of the bard.
Okay, nice.
Cute.
Mhm.
Cheers, mates.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Red Rock's turn. So he is going to take his dash action. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Charging towards you with his sort of large axe just trailing behind him. So, as this is all going on, I've covered everyone, right? Everyone got to go there. I
No.
think. Yeah.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't-
shit.
How did you do a thing?
Oh, I skipped over you. You were 12. Sorry about
I will be completely honest. I didn't even know what I was going to do anyway.
that. Well, that's good. I guess it was for the best.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
turned to do all the talking earlier.
Yeah, you gave me a good while to think about what I was gonna do.
Sure. let's hear it.
Unfortunately, I still have no idea what I'm gonna do. I guess I take out my boomerang
Yep.
and I throw it at the big rocky boy.
The
Big
orc.
red rock, right? Yeah, the orc.
Cool. So, give me a to hit.
That's an 8.
An 8 misses. You throw it at him, and as this sort of razor boomerang flies through the air, he ducks under it as he's charging towards you. It sort of whizzes over his head, flies around one of the rocks, and returns back to you as you catch it out of the air.
Well, that's at least I caught it.
At least you caught it, you know.
Yeah.
You get cool points at least.
Woo!
All right. So, as this is all going on, Marshall, out of the corner of your eye, you notice a bubbling going on in the lava. You turn to your left and sort of peer over the edge a little bit. You hear, and before this spray of lava spurts up, nearly missing you guys.
God.
As it sort of like drops down into the cave. You notice a large, black, rocky hand reach out from underneath it and pull itself out from underneath the ground.
Oh no.
Joy.
as it's sort of dripping
Yay.
in magma and lava out of its strangely cobbled face, and it just pulls itself out of the ground and begins to make its way up until it gets to the top of the
Oh, that's a big boy.
of the
That's a big
space.
boy.
You can see just lava dripping out onto the ground in front of you. He is going to go ahead and take a swing. So, he gets 2 slams. So he's going to go ahead and try to make a slam on Marshall and Amber. So, first slam is a
Who's this on?
17 for Marshall.
Hit.
Second slam is a 16 for Amber.
Okay, I'm gonna use my reaction and cast shield so it doesn't hit me.
Okay, awesome.
Nice.
Nice
So-
one.
This thing
April's
comes up,
choice.
its hulking form, just even reducing that of Red Rock, who previously looked like a big guy, and now this, huge. I say huge. In terms of D&D, it's large, but this huge black humanoid form just stands above you, raises both of its orange glowing fists above its head, and slams down in an attempt to get both Marshall and Amber. So Marshall, you get hit for. Let me roll. $10 as this thing slams down at you. Amber, you can see these hands coming down. You manage just in time to put your hand up above your head, and this sort of phantasmal blue aura protects you as the hit cracks against it, and you just manage to hold yourself.
This motherfucker.
Yep. You guys are good. So back to the top of the round. Apples' turn.
Okay,
I'm on less than half health already. I want that out there.
I'm going to use my bonus action for disengage,
Okay. Yep.
so I can back away a little bit.
Where do you want to head to?
Back towards Dana.
Like here?
Yeah.
Sure.
And then I will try to use Ray of Frost at the big magma guy.
Cool. Give it a go.
15 to hit.
15 hits.
Cool. And then 3 points of damage.
All right. So, fleeing back from underneath its fist, you manage to shield yourself, jump back as its fist continues crashing down into the ground. You do several steps backwards before you channel an energy and blast it forward. This cool ray, which is actually quite nice for those of you who have stood right in front of this thing, as it sort of blasts past you, refreshing you ever so slightly and dealing 3 damage to this creature. Sapphic.
I am going to. I guess first question. So, how far away am I from the dwarf and the orc in the middle of the bridge?
So you are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 feet away from them.
Cool, that's fine. I'm going to cast Bane on the lava monster.
Okay, yep.
So that's a charisma save of 13.
I don't think
First
he's going
level.
to be very charismatic. Let's find out.
Tune in next time.
He's got a
I mean-
-3 to his charisma, so let's
I mean,
see.
you're casting burn on a massive lava thing.
He got
Bane.
12
Any burns?
-3. 9.
Bane.
Yeah,
Oh.
it fails. So
Hell yeah.
cast saving throw. Spell ends. Target must roll a d4 and subtract the number of rolls from attack roll or saving throw.
Nice. And is that every time it attacks?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Up to a
Alright,
minute.
so- up to a minute. Okay, so that's like 10 turns. You
Yes.
got some good time with that. Marshall's turn.
Just the one target?
Yeah, because the ones on the bridge, they were too far away.
Yeah, bummer.
Question. How
Yes.
close to the edge is the big lava guy next?
He is literally stood, like in between. He's like 2.5 feet away from the edge.
Perfect.
Kick him off! Kick him off!
Can I use my bonus action? Agitate my...
What was that? Sorry, you cut out.
I want to use my bonus action to agitate my swarm.
Yep, you can do that.
Alright, so I'll agitate it.
Okay.
So for the next minute, any attacks I do deal an extra d6 force damage.
Okay.
And can move a creature 5 feet either away or me.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to try and shoot it with an arrow.
Sure. So you watch as Marshall draws an arrow from his side, knocks it into his bow, and as he draws back, you notice the spiders all come crawling out from under his sleeve and just crawl all over, completely infesting the arrow. As he shoots it, attempts to shoot it forward, you do get disadvantage since you are in a 5-foot range of this thing.
That's fair. So my total would be 12.
12 doesn't hit, unfortunately. You fire the arrow forward, and it hits and just
Roll 10.
smashes into its hard, bedrock exterior, and doesn't appear to do any damage. Sort of bounces off. What was that? Did you say something about? What did you say?
No, I just said I rolled a 10 and a 6.
Oh, okay. Got you.
6.
All right. So following Lucas is Monk.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
So, we don't know what this massive boulder creature is, right?
No idea.
Cool. I'm gonna... This is a stupid idea. I just want to get this out there. This is a
Sure.
stupid idea. But I'm just gonna move away down to where, Amber is. Just...
Okay. Are you
move
disengaging
out.
or are you not disengaging? Because if you're not, he'll get an opportunity attack against you.
Wow.
A disengage will cost you your action.
I'm gonna try and speak to him in Primordial.
Okay. Sure.
Because I don't know what
This
Primordials
is
are,
without.
but
This is
apparently
without moving.
they're- Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try and say, did we wake you up or something? Are you mad at us specifically? Are you mad at everybody here? Do you just want us to leave? Because we'll be happy to leave. You're a very big, intimidating person. Thing.
So, your words, however well-meaning, seem to fall on deaf ears, or more specifically, non-existent ears. This thing's head is just round.
What if I use message? What's up?
Well, it doesn't speak primordial, I'll tell you.
Could have said there's a lot. Well.
You need to learn these things.
Well, I don't know what it is.
I know.
It's an elemental, though, right?
It is indeed.
Okay. Does it speak any languages?
It speaks one.
Okay. Is it Terran?
It may well be.
Terran is primordial. Is all of Terran, Ignan, Aquan, and Oran.
Really?
Yeah, they're all dialects of the same language. They're mutually intelligible.
Well, shit. Thank you very much for that. You've educated me.
Yeah.
So
'cause I speak primordial as well because I'm an Earth Genasi. Both of us.
that
speak
makes a whole
primordial.
lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
We all speak.
I wish they would just write primordial on the languages.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're different flavors. So there's flavors of them, but in 5th edition, they used to be separate languages in 3.5.
Yeah.
I don't know about 4th, but in 5th edition, they just made them all one language, mutually intelligible.
Yeah, because I've never seen Terran before this, so I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't speak primordial, but it speaks primordial.
Nice! I was right! Somehow.
Okay, give me a persuasion check.
Yes. I'm very proficient in this. I'm gonna roll a nat 1, I can already tell. 11 plus 6 is 17.
17.
Ooh.
Okay, so this thing looks at you with a strange sort of understanding, and then turns its gaze towards the dwarf and the orc who are standing there, and looks back at you with sort of a angered face, as if it expects you to say something.
They aren't with us.
It nods its head.
Understood, bro.
Anything else you want to do on your turn?
I'm assuming that I've befriended it? Have I befriended it?
He seemed to understand where you were coming from.
Then I sort of disengage, like sort of calmly with like my hands in the air, just showing that I'm not trying to hurt anyone.
Okay,
Just
so
walking slowly away.
since you
back
used your
to-
action to speak, you won't be able to disengage. But if you want to
Oh, well,
walk
that's fair enough.
backwards, you can see if you. So you hold your hands up, walk backwards. It doesn't attack you.
Hey.
And I'm going to move you back to here. Okay, so following that, it is the dwarf's turn. So
Did I just convince a frickin' like?
it does
I was gonna
certainly
do it if-
seem that way.
I was gonna do it if you didn't, and I'm glad you did, because you have way better persuasion than me.
I'm
All
glad
I
I did as
ask
well.
is why you didn't do it sooner. Fair.
He did it on his turn.
Yeah, I did it on my turn. I did it
Okay.
like, as soon as I could have.
So you see
Good call,
as the
Thank you.
the dwarf lady. Oh, there's someone coming to my door. Hello?
If you weren't
Where's
here,
it?
that would not have worked. I'm just really glad you're here that you could clarify that.
Yep. So
Yeah, it's
she's
just the
gonna
weirdness in 5th edition.
run over to you and attempt to swing on you. Are you?
Yeah.
So that is 13 to hit.
Misses. Catch it
So
on
you
the
manage to step back as this pickaxe comes swinging over. You manage to move back. Oh, you want to parry it on your shield?
Yeah. Just
Okay,
just
so-
for flavor. Because
yeah,
the
move
shield
back.
is why it didn't hit me.
Got you. Hold up your shield. Sort of tings off. The other dwarf is also going to run up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. He's here. And
I'm gonna use my reaction, take an opportunity attack.
okay, let's go.
It's disadvantage because it's a sling because I haven't got my sword. Oh, good, 2 good rolls. 17 is the low.
17 hits.
Damn.
And 4 points of damage from the sling.
Nice. Wait, that was with the sling?
Yeah.
Does that not use 2 hands to operate?
No, it's a one-handed weapon.
Really?
So
Huh?
it's not a slingshot. It's a sling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but you
like
need to
rope
hold-
that you hold it in.
Oh! I thought. Okay, got you.
Like medieval kind of thing. We use it in art.
Yeah.
It's
Got
like
you, got
it's just like sort of a rag with a rock in it.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
Maybe
It's
this, like
a
a
bit
liar.
of rope with a pocket in the middle,
Yeah.
and
I know what
drop
you're
a
on about
stone
now.
in it and spin it around and let go of one end of the rope.
Got
Like
you.
one of
Alright.
those, like one of those little dog toys that you use to like throw the ball.
Yeah.
I don't
How
know
much
what
damage
that
was
is,
that?
but probably. Only 4. Rolling shitty on my d6.
Like a stick with a little
Very
cup
good.
in the back of it, and you just
Uh,
use it to throw tennis balls.
Not quite, but same rough idea. Same
Yeah.
mechanism, but it's flexible instead of solid.
You did the damage, and that's what counts.
So this guy is gonna run up to
Wait, I'm eating. Sorry.
5, 10, 15, 20, and he's going to take a shot against Aura.
Right, let me get my dice.
That is a 7 plus 3. 10.
So this is armor class, right?
Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Your armor class exceeds that.
Yay! It misses.
So, whizzes past you. Following on from that, we've got Red Rock. So, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to stand here. And he's going to also swing on Aya, on Carborundum. Okay, cool. So he's got multi-attack. Okay. 1. That's an 8 plus 5.
No. 13 does not
2.
hit.
10 plus 5, 15.
15 hits.
And the third one. 20. Not natural.
Yeah. So 2
Okay.
of them hit.
Yeah. So he's going to hit you once for this is so he swings at you once with his pickaxe, comes back around. Oh wait, this is the orc, isn't it? So he's got this axe. So yeah, swings once overhead, comes back around, manages to hit you for 5 plus 3, 8 damage. And then his second attack, you notice as he pulls a dagger and sort of jabs it up, slicing a bit of your abdomen. That is 4 damage.
Okay, so 12 total.
12 total.
Got it.
Following on is your turn, Aya.
Alright, I'm going to... I heard my Air Genasi friend speak Primordial. I also speak Primordial. I
Yeah.
was going to do the same thing. So I am going to disengage and move back.
Okay, yeah, sure. So
Move back
disengage
to about where
successfully.
Amber is.
Yep. No opportunity attacks
and-
from him.
And I will yell at the elemental in Primordial and say,
Mhm.
they were the ones mining and disturbing you. Just point.
Okay. He nods his head. And now we're back to the top of the round, so I'm just going to go get a quick drink of water from my throat. I'll be back.
Oh, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Magic Stone again. Nice job, Monk.
I feel like an absolute badass.
Yeah, that was really clever. Really nice job.
I may
Thank
have
you.
died on the next turn if it hit me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So-
The orc hits pretty hard too, just FYI.
Yeah.
You and I have
I
the
just-
most hit points, and we're both going, ouch, that hurt.
Wait, I have the. Wait, no, I definitely don't have the most hit points. Surely.
No, it's me with the most, I think.
Yeah.
You have one more than me.
Wait,
So-
really?
No,
No,
Marshall
I
has one.
have the-
Lucas has one more than me.
But I
I was
have the
gonna say
lowest
because
armor.
I.
Well,
Yeah, Lucas has a better hit die, but I have better cons. We both have pretty good hit points.
Right.
Top of the round.
Oh,
The
sorry.
earth element,
I said this as you were walking away, but I'm going to cast Magic Stone again with my bonus action.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
As I
noted.
back away.
So this lava dripping earth elemental steps forward, almost entirely blocking the bridge. Standing on the bridge, you watch as sort of the lava dripping sort of burns into the wood. He is going to go ahead and take a swing at Red Rock and at Almir. These two right here.
I can't believe that worked.
Yep. Genuinely super well done.
Yep, really good.
Thank you.
So that is a hit and a miss. So he manages to hit the dwarf. Slamming him down into the ground before picking him back up with his hand and just tossing him into the lava. You watch as his form, arms and legs sprawled
my
forward,
God.
eyes wide, as he just slowly flies
The
off the
Wilhelm
edge.
scream as he goes down.
Yeah. And then we
Wow.
just
it
hear,
seems the slow as he's falling.
yeah.
I think Rhythm stopped playing the battle music. Do we redo that? Or do
Sure.
we requeue it? I'll
Let's re-queue it. Oh, thank you very much.
No worries.
He is reasonably assumed to be dead.
Yeah, I
you
sure
sure
hope
he's
Very
not
he is.
reasonable
Well, that's
assumption.
So, following this lava elemental is apples.
Okay. I'm going to try to dielectric spark the orc.
Okay, sure.
Shit, is that one of my home? I think that's one of my homebrew cantrips.
I don't know. It was just kind of there, so I.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of my homebrew ones.
That's
Nice
fine.
one.
I trust your balancing.
Yeah, because you have my you're adding one of my campaigns and you have homebrew turned on.
It's balancing as
well.
well. I've only played 2 D&D sessions with him.
So
and
what
I
exactly does
definitely
this
trust his
spell do?
balancing.
Hold on, let me click on it.
He's definitely the sort of guy
You
to
cause
balance things
electricity
thoroughly.
to arc between yourself and a creature that you can see within range. The target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 lightning damage.
So you've
Alright.
just done the Hangzhou Spark logo.
Yeah, it's I can send it to you if you want, Mojo. It's a cantrip I homebrewed for a character in my Sunday game.
Sounds cool.
Oh.
At higher levels, it can arc to other people.
I like it. So, the orc is going to attempt to make his dexterity saving throw. He gets a 3 plus
Minus
3.
D4.
Minus a d4.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. The
Oh.
elemental got baned, not the orc. Sorry. My
Yeah,
bad.
I was thinking
Yeah.
that as I rolled it.
Yeah. Oh, that,
Wait,
over,
who baned the elemental?
We banned it before you spoke to it because it was gonna kill me.
You know, that's fair enough. Can we unbane it? Actually,
Yeah.
okay,
A
cool.
concentration spell.
Yeah, you could actually drop the bane if you liked, Sapphic.
I'll sort that shit out on my turn.
Sure.
Well, how did I do
Yep.
that?
So
Would
he
that have
failed.
affected its turn though.
Okay, so
No, it wouldn't have.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Okay. Got ya. Following apples is Sapphic.
So, I want to cast. I want to do my Channel Divinity and Preserve Life. And if you, because it takes an action, would you allow me to drop Bane?
Yeah, you can drop bane as your bonus action if you like.
Cool. Yeah, so I will cast Preserve Life. So, presenting Holy Symbol, I restore 15 HP amongst creatures within 30 feet.
It can only take us up to half our hit points, right?
Did you just
Yeah,
save that dwarf that got through in
Yeah.
the lava?
So I am above half HP.
Yeah, 30 feet up to half the creature's HP.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so it can only take you up to half your maximum HP.
So
Yeah.
whoever is below below half of their maximum HP, you get 15 hit points back. I'm guessing that's going to be nice for Marshall.
I gained 2.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me either.
Doesn't
much
affect me
appreciated.
either. I don't like. I do appreciate it genuinely, but I don't think
If
I've
I
taken
survive by
any
2
damage.
HP now, you know it's all because you.
I don't think I've taken any damage yet.
All right. So
Oh wow, it's all gone quiet.
so
Is Rhythm playing anything? Do I have it
quiet.
too low?
I've got it a little too low, I think.
Oh yeah, it was too low.
Yeah, I did reduce the volume, so I can turn it back up. Maybe it.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, is it
following
there?
up
Yeah,
from
you just
that
turn it up a bit.
is
Yeah.
Marshall's turn.
Can I see and hit the orc around the elemental, or is he blocking my view?
He would be obscured at the moment. If you moved, you could perhaps get a better shot.
So could I move towards the group and then take a shot? Would that be
Sure.
possible?
Yeah.
Alright,
Go for it.
take a shot at the orc with a 25.
25 hits.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
And so it's D8 damage. So it's 7 damage from my bow with the extra 1 damage of force, and I'll push it 5 back.
Okay. Got you. So how much damage did you take, sorry?
8 in total. 7
8
from
in
the
total.
arrow, 1 from the swamp.
Alright. Cool. The next highest number is 12. Monk's turn. Aura.
Monk.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
There you are.
Yeah. So how far away is the? Actually, when they say a spell has a range of 6, like, because I kind of want to cast Unseen Servant to go and get the bags,
Okay.
but it's only got a range of 60 feet, and I don't know if that's how far the servant can go, or if that's how far I can cast the servant from.
That's a great
Description.
question.
It's actually, it should be in the spell description, I think. Unseen Servant, I think it's explicitly called out.
It's range / area 60 feet.
Slash area.
I think that's
so I'm
from
guessing.
you, because if
Okay,
goes
if
to
it moves more than
mine,
60
it's
feet
the
away from me,
spell.
the spell ends. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so I won't do that.
But of course, if then you moved up and then cast it, then.
I think the bridge was 85 feet.
Mhm.
Yeah, the bridge is about 80 feet wide. 80,
So
80
you'd have to be around halfway on the bridge, which means going past both enemies.
So that won't work. That's the thing. That would damage my comrades, probably. I guess I just throw my boomerang at the... Actually, how far away is that dwarf at the back? Because they don't seem to have done much. Apart from just fire a couple
5,
of
10,
arrows.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90 feet from you.
Okay, let me check the range on boomerangs. Okay, so I have disadvantage of anything extra. This is weird. I genuinely don't know what to do. You know what I'm gonna do? When in doubt, Bardic Inspiration, I reckon.
Hell yeah.
When in doubt, Bardic Inspiration.
Are you gonna inspire?
So... I guess I inspire... I don't know if this is a bad idea or not, but I kind of want to inspire the elemental.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yep.
So I just take out
Do
my
it.
flute.
Worth it. Do it.
I take
should
out my
absolutely
flute
do
and
the
I
thing.
start... I should absolutely... Yeah, okay. So I take out my flute
Yep.
and I start... I don't know what I start playing, but it's... Obviously it's funky.
Obviously.
Something
I mean,
funky,
yeah.
kind of swung... Just like a little...
Hey, do you want to play maybe some rock music, perhaps?
What do I
Some
do? Do I just do the like crappy flute version of doodle 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 doodle?
Yeah, it's from the Fire and
crappy
Flames.
flute.
Google Jethro Tull.
You know what, I'm gonna do the... I guess I play the... You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play Country Roads Take Me Home on the flute.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna play it to bardically inspire the elemental, because if there's anything that's inspiring, it's that song.
Alright. So,
Actually, can I cue it up?
sure.
Oh dear.
I just had a thought in regards to Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Does it only affect you if you can hear it?
If
so,
I would
can
assume
I never
so.
be affected by Bardic Inspiration?
Unless you're looking at the person who's trying to inspire you and be like,
I'm
okay,
just staring at
yes.
him like, I have no idea what you...
But if
I
you
mean,
were
things
face...
They could give
If
you
you
a
were
shoulder
facing
massage or
one,
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
oh yeah,
they
they could
just-
give you a back rub.
Country
Get in there,
Roads.
champ.
Shoulder at you.
Smack
I
you
wonder
in
if
the
I can
ass.
find a flute cover.
Go ahead, please.
Do like the boxing trainer thing where they
That's
splash some
shitty
water on your
flute
face
cover.
and like rub your shoulders a bit.
Oh, guys, there's a shitty flute cover.
Alright, let's all pull together to skip so we can hear this.
This is the best thing I've ever done. Oh wait, no, I think I skipped it again. What's happened?
We go again. We go
Firefly
again.
has to skip.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, fuck yeah. This is my jam.
So, those of you who can hear this, feel inspired,
Fucking hell.
especially the lava elemental. He seems to very much enjoy what he's hearing.
Nah, there's of course there's a kazoo.
I'm just really straight faced looking at everyone like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Even the orc and the dwarf look at each other, scratching their heads. So, following this, the dwarf,
I'm just dead! There's a harmonica as well!
the dwarf is going to run backwards.
I would as well. Get out there, mate. This is horrible. I love it.
Thank you, Firefly. Thank you,
Thank you,
Firefly.
Firefly, for saving
Oh
us.
no! No! Oh!
Back to the battle beats. Alright, so,
F.
yeah, she's gonna attempt to get the hell out of Dodge. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50.
Yeah, you
55.
better run from country
60.
roads.
Red Rock is going to step back 5, 10, 15, 20. And ready himself there. Following that, oh, actually, Red Rock doesn't go in the dwarf's turn. My apologies. Put him back there. This guy is going to go ahead and take another shot at Aura. That is a 10 plus
I guess he doesn't
3
like
to hit. 13.
Oh, I think that misses. I think my AC is 14.
You faintly hear on the other side of the room, "Make it stop!" as he attempts to shoot the flute out of your hand, but you are too swift, ducking under the arrow and continuing with your melody.
Be thankful I don't have bagpipes. I've seriously considered taking some.
Now it's the orc's turn, so
Oh lord.
so the orc is going to head back here and ready himself. Aya, your turn.
Okay. What kind of weapon is the orc holding?
Like a large two-handed axe, like a great axe.
He's not carrying any metal or anything like that on him.
No, not really. He
Okay,
tore his
then-
shirt off.
All right. Well, there goes that. See ya. Let's see. I am going to. Oh, that's
I have
self.
found
Shit.
a bagpipes cover of country roads, and now I'm
All right, put it
regretting
away. I'll step up beside. Oh, I'm just gonna try and drag my guy. Set me up beside the elemental.
Yep. Oh, that's not you.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm the shitty paint drawing. Basically just for the foot, and I'm going to use my sling again to throw a rock at the orc.
The orc. Yep.
18
Hits.
for the die roll is going up by 1 each time. That time it is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Alright.
I rolled a 1, and then a 2, and then a 3.
So you just plant one of your magical rocks in there, and just this ball of light flies through the air before pinging him in the forehead, jolting his head back momentarily, before he just sort of shakes his head, brushes his shoulders, and flexes his sweet pecs. So, with that, top of the round, with the sweet sound of this recorder, of this flute playing,
Just have flute in quotation marks.
the lava elemental charges forward in an attempt to wreak havoc upon his foes ahead of him. As he starts using his movement speed to run forward, he is not intelligent enough to realize that this rope bridge will not support his weight.
Oh
And
no!
you watch as he charges forward, the sweet sounds playing. As he gets halfway through the first portion of the bridge, his feet collapse from under him. He reaches out desperately to try and grab the ropes, and as he does, he grabs hold of them, and the entire section of the bridge collapses down far against.
Just a quick thing.
Yep.
Can I cast spells as a reaction?
If the spell says you can cast it as a reaction, then yeah.
Let me check. It says one action. Wait, it says the casting time's one action.
Yeah, it means you can't cast it as a reaction, unfortunately.
No! Oh, that sucks.
So you hold your hand out. If only it was my turn, I could do something about this. As you just.
I mean, to
The
be fair,
last
he'll
thing
be
you
fine.
see-
He is literally a lava element. He is literally a lava elemental. So, and he's in a
Sure.
volcano.
Let me see. Full damage, 5e. Let me see.
dear.
Because he's not falling into lava, he's actually falling into rock underneath.
Oh mate.
So he's just going to crash against it.
See,
There
I've
could be
got my
another thing that I
Pathfinder
can
head
cast
on.
as a... Wait, there might
So
be
I-
another thing that I can cast as a reaction. No, that says one action.
Featherfall,
No,
counterspell.
I can cut. Yeah, I can cast Featherfall, right?
You can?
Okay, then I cast Featherfall on the
On the lava elemental.
lava elemental. Yes.
So as you watch him falling through this hole, his eyes, fiery as they may be, look sad as they look over the shoulder, almost in slow
Oh!
motion, looking at you like, "How has this happened? You inspired me." Begins to fall, and
Not
you
today,
cast
my
your
friend.
hands forward, and as you do, feathers fly up from around you as they glow in a white aura, and sort of this aura encapsulates him as he slowly makes his way to the bottom of the fall, landing,
Mutilated
Look
him?
at-
Oh, that's good to know.
looking up, and with his stony hands, putting a thumbs up.
Oh mate.
Not today, my friend.
Incredible. Incredible. Apples, it's your
Oh.
turn.
I thought I was going to be useless this session.
Instead,
Bards
you've
are
been
never
hard
useless.
carry.
Yes.
Bards are never useless.
Okay. I'll take out my short bow and try to
I'm going to
shoot
play
the
this class
orc.
a lot more.
All right, give me a roll.
10 to hit.
10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Darn.
And also, worth noting, even though he did featherfall, he did also collapse through this bridge. So that's
Yikes.
gone. That's gone now.
Did I do a bad thing by inspiring him?
Nope.
Was that... I mean, at least I saved his existence. So, you know.
Yeah, he's still alive. That's
I
the
guess
important
technically he's
part.
indebted to me now.
Well,
I don't
it
know
does
how
seem
that
that way. Yes, so unfortunately, as you fire your arrow across, the orc, having not a large fire elemental in its face, sees it and manages to sort of weave his way out of the way as it flies to the other side of the cavern. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No.
All right, Sapphic turn. What's Dana doing?
Can I see the ogre now?
The orc. Yeah,
Oh, sorry, yeah.
yeah, you can see him.
Cool. Because I am going to cast Guiding Ball on this.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Level 1.
I think I could have taken
Math.
Mending as one of my cantrips.
Wouldn't help
I
with
got
this.
14.
14 just misses. If
Ah.
if that's the AC
Oh.
to beat.
Yep,
I'm sorry.
that's okay.
Your guiding bolt flies past again, narrowly misses this dexterous orc as it flies to the back of the room, slamming into the edge of the wall, carving a small hole into the side as rubble and rocks fall down into the searing lava pool beneath your feet.
I'm very distracted.
Marshall.
I will just shoot an arrow at the orc.
I see.
Has it been a minute since I cast my vegetation?
No,
before?
a minute's 10 rounds. We've definitely not done 10 rounds yet.
Yeah, 10 whole rounds of everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've done 3. This is the
So-
4th.
Yeah, well,
So I'll just arrow at the orc then.
All right, give me a roll.
19
is it on the spots?
19 hits.
with a total of
Oh, that's a shame.
6 damage total.
6 damage. All right.
And I will push him 5.
5 feet backwards.
Yeah. I
So,
think that there's no need to bring him forward.
as your arrow pierces his pectoral, you see his spiders climb out of the arrow and just all over his form. He starts slapping it, trying to stop himself stumbling 5 feet backwards, managing to clear up the most of the spiders. Following that is Monk's turn.
Wait. How far down did he fall?
20 feet.
Oh. I really want to, I really want to, I really want to, I really want to, I really want to. Should I though?
You know the
You
answer.
You don't know what you want to do, so just do the
Deep in your
thing.
heart.
I can't levitate. On the
Let's go!
I knew that's what you were gonna say. I knew that was what you were gonna
This
say.
is fucking
levitate on the
beautiful.
elemental.
So
The thing is, I
you're gonna have to
do-
run to a point where you can see him at least to cast it.
Oh right, okay. So I just like run to the edge of the bridge.
Okay, so to the edge of the bridge, you sort of run, stand at the edge, seeing him sort of picking himself up off the ground, swiping off the.
You're not done
the
yet, my
dust,
friend.
And you just levitate him up. So what exactly are you doing with what does levitate do? You can.
Well, it raises
pull
him
him
up
straight up.
20 feet, but they can move, but only if they like push off of something, as if.
I see.
If they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
climbing. So because
don't
it
worry, I
looks
got
like
you,
kind
fam.
of narrow and he kind of fits in there, I reckon
Yep.
he could push off of the one of the walls and go forward onto that massive pillar there.
Yep. So you want him on the orc side?
I do want him on the orc's pillar. Yes.
Okay, so as you cast levitate with both hands, this is incredibly hard given how heavy it is. But you're just
There's
like,
actually.
How heavy
putting
is
the
it?
effort
How
in.
heavy is
I don't want to. I don't want to be an asshole. I think there's a weight limit on levitate.
All
There
right,
is a
let's.
weight limit on levitate.
What's the weight limit?
It is 500 pounds.
All right, let me Google what 500 pounds is in kilograms. Okay. He definitely weighs more than 500 pounds.
Made you rule of cool.
But rule of cool, let's do it.
Yeah.
I see no reason
Yeah.
not to. I think this is a good use of the spell.
He's our
If not-
friend. We need him alive.
If not the best use of the spell. Let's just say you take a point of exhaustion, but You
With
managed-
exhaustion, what does that do? like a damage
Advantage
thing,
on
or-
ability checks.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on ability checks. Okay.
Yeah.
So
so
that's what the first one is.
sweating down in this lava-filled mine, you put all your effort into casting the levitate spell, exhausting your body and mind, but you managed to successfully bring the elemental back up from the depths in which it descended and
You
back
can't
up
move
in
him-
front of
you
your
can't move him
foes.
horizontally, just vertically.
He's pissing himself.
Yeah, that's
He just-
pretty.
he wants
He
to just
kicks off.
Hey, Mojo, let me do a thing.
Okay,
Just,
go.
just pull it, push
Go,
him.
go, go.
Just have him go straight up. I want to do a thing.
I'm on it. He's up. He's up in the air, where the
Oh.
bridge used to be. Okay. Following Monk's turn is the orc. The orc is. What is the orc going to do? That's a great question. What would the orc do at this
He's
point?
just seen a freaking element. He's just seen an elemental just rise up.
Just
out of the
rise
gr-
out of the
just
ground.
rising.
He's going to be shitting his pants right now.
surely he rolls. Surely that's an intimidation roll, right? I don't know what that does. Does it do
He
anything?
brushes off the spiders, and as he's relaxed, like, oh, then looks up, it just appears.
Okay, so The orc is
Solid.
going to run forward and attempt to just make a swing at the very corner of the bridge at this lava elemental. So he's going to go ahead and make his multi-attack. So he takes 3 attacks. That's 1, 2, 3. 2 of them hit. So that's a scimitar and a dagger. Okay. He does his damage. As he runs over, and you can just see him like swinging on this thing. It doesn't appear to be very effective, as his weapon does not appear to be specifically made for carving through such dense bedrock. That leaves us at Aya's turn.
Okay, I'm going to run up beside my
Holy shit.
Ignacy friend Aura, and I'm
Yep.
going to make a shove attack. I am going to push the elemental forward.
Yep. Okay.
To try and get him to the bridge, to the other side of the
my
bridge.
God.
Give me the roll with advantage since he's letting you.
Of course he is.
It's strength.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna quickly change.
It's just
my
do I add my proficiency? I've never made a shove attack before.
I don't think I've ever DM'd a shove attack before.
It's a soft 20 even without my proficiency bonus. I rolled an 18.
All right, that's it. That's enough. So you run over, pushing your hands against him. You feel the searing heat burning your hands. So you're going to go ahead and take 1d6 just from touching him. That's 1 damage.
Absolutely worth.
But you push him forward
Wow.
into the space of the orc, whom he knocks prone from, taking his space. And that gives us top of the round. He's going to go ahead and make 2 slam attacks against this orc.
Who's prone, so he's advantage.
With prone, so he's advantage. One of them is a nat 20.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
man.
He's gonna break the bridge even more though. I'm following.
You see the
Yeah, but it's
bridge
a
at
nat
this
20.
at this
It's a nat
point. The
20,
bridge
so it
has
probably doesn't.
has a stone base.
Okay, so he's fine and
Yeah.
he falls.
Yeah,
So
there's a
you
stone
watch-
base there.
As 2 giant fists rise up above his head. The first one, bang, knocks him. The second one, as he's down, prone on the ground, just crashes through, and you can hear the crack of ribs as he makes a very definite
Yeah, sound.
critical hit on this orc, who is not looking good, might I add. At this
Surely
point.
he's dead.
He's not dead, but he's not looking good. By any means.
Oh god.
Alright.
We got this big guy in our way now though, so we can't really hit.
True.
Still leave him to him.
Well, you say that, but there's there are bits of thing that isn't the bridge, and I'm pretty sure you have I'm pretty sure that we here can have a sight line onto that dwarf at the back there.
So,
Not the one on the bridge, the one all the way.
Apple's
The
his
one I
turn.
shot earlier.
Can
Yeah.
I move towards like the edge of like the rock close to the
Right here?
bridge? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will try to shoot the dwarf across the way.
Give us a roll.
That's a nat 1.
Oh,
That
no.
one,
no.
unfortunately, does not hit. As you pull back and let the arrow go, it's not anywhere near. Unfortunately.
And that's all I'll do.
You don't
Suffolk?
even get the arrow in the. You don't even get the arrow in the bow.
I'm
It
going
just drops to the
to-
floor.
Oh,
I
As
just
you're
drop
falling back
it.
on an empty bow, and then you fire nothingness at them.
Hiya.
It's
Suffix turn?
fine.
I'm going to try and cast another guiding bolt on. I'm going to try and cast it on the same one that Amber was trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. It's 14 again.
14 hits on the dwarf.
Yeah, boy. 4d6. So I have 4 of those.
Such a good spell.
It's a great spell.
2, 3, 4. That's shit!
What we got?
6 damage. I got 3
Oh, no.
ones.
Oh no.
Wow.
Oh,
Well,
no.
Suffolk, you'll be delighted to hear that particular dwarf only had 6 health.
Oh, thank fuck. I killed a man.
Oh my word. Which
Oh,
dwarf? She's on a
This
kill
is-
streak.
I want.
This one over here.
Right.
I know that I didn't say this beforehand, but
Mhm.
I wanted it to be non-lethal.
All right, noted.
Cool.
So, you send your guiding bolt out, hit him in the chest, in like the stomach, enough to hurt him and seriously knock the wind out of him. He gets catapulted back, cracks his head against the back of the wall here, and is just unconscious, lay flat on his arse, legs sprawled out, head dangling at the back of the cave.
Sweet. I have not killed a man.
This man is still alive.
And because I can I use my bonus action to cast a spiritual weapon?
You can indeed.
Yay! I don't know how this works. I haven't
What are we
given
getting?
it.
It can take
Because
whichever form you want.
Ooh, I didn't think. I'll have to get back to you on that because I don't.
All right.
I haven't given it.
The
a much
spiritual
thought.
weapon is being conjured.
Cute.
Marshall?
Can I move to my left and then shoot at the dwarf on the other end of the bridge?
Like here?
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
10.
10 does not hit, unfortunately, my friend. As you fire your arrow, she manages to use her scimitar, sort of swing it around and deflect the arrow away.
Good reflexes.
Monk?
I cast message to the one dwarf that's still standing,
Uh-huh.
and I just say, "Do you really want to carry on with this, or do you want to just make it easy and we'll call everything off now?"
Give me a persuasion check.
Eh.
11.
Given the
Close.
circumstances, 11 is enough. You see, as she looks up, sort of worried about why she's hearing voices, looks up to the ceiling, but slowly lowers her gaze as she makes eye contact with you, drops her weapons, and gets on her knees. So that's her turn, and the other guy is unconscious. So that leaves us with the orc. What is the orc gonna do?
Just lie on the ground and just have a rest.
Get on the ground and die.
The orc looks over his shoulder, sees his dwarven sort of heist mates, I suppose, of either unconscious, dead, or giving up. You see him look back, looks at the lava elemental. You watch his rage takes over his face as he slaps himself on the head and just attempts to bear hug this thing and leap off the edge with it.
Does he succeed in doing that, or
Let's find out.
He's
He's going
gonna
for a
roll for it.
grapple.
right?
So he's going to roll his strength against its strength, which already isn't looking great for him, but we'll see. Strength competition. So he has, let's say, 19 plus 2 for the orc,
Oh my god.
and for the elemental gets a plus 5, a 15 plus 5.
Oh, still loses.
So he still loses,
man.
even with a roll like that. You
Loses
watch,
one.
you sort of swallow. What is it they say? You swallow your heart or something like that. You watch as this orc wraps his large arms around the waist of your elemental and just dives off into the ground below.
Actually,
You
cast
have your
Feather
reaction
Fall.
back.
Yeah,
Huh?
I guess I do have a reaction. Don't
You
I?
do have a reaction back.
Then I just cast Featherfall but only on the elemental, I guess.
Oh.
I don't know
So
if that works.
as he jumps off the edge, this thing begins to feather fall, and he just kind of like holds onto its waist as they slowly, awkwardly, you might say, just glide to the bottom. Aya's turn.
Did you not learn from the last time that happened?
What's
There
the
now.
gap? What's the gap across the bridge?
The gap across the bridge is 5,
10
10, yeah, 10 foot.
Okay, so I can jump a distance equal to my strength score, which is 14 feet.
Yep.
So I'm going to back up a little bit and take a running jump and jump across the bridge.
Yeah, and you can do that without rolling, right? That's just a given.
Yeah, if I wanted to go further, I'd have to make a roll for it.
Yeah.
But just straight as is. So, and then I am going to dash to try and check to see if this dwarf is alive or not.
So 60 gets you to here.
Okay. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I didn't think I'd get all the way.
Yeah, that's fine. Back to the top of the round. The lava elemental is going to attempt to throw the orc into the lava. Strength competition. The orc gets 12. The lava elemental gets 16 plus 5. You watch as it grips him with one arm and just tosses him behind, overhead, head first into the lava, and you see as he slowly sinks in, his legs kicking, and then they don't kick as just the feet remain, and then slowly out of
I'm
sight.
assuming there's another Wilhelm scream.
There's another Wilhelm scream. It's canon.
Oh.
So-
Is there a classic thumbs up though? That's the question.
There's no thumbs up. There's no thumbs up.
He went head first, didn't he?
Could have put a foot up. You don't know his feet just had
What?
His feet were
One
already
big toe.
He went head first.
All right, you are now out of combat. Firefly, could you skip this incredibly intense track for us?
Okay, I will
Yeah,
make
you're
the
out of
rest of
initiative.
my way. I'll make the rest of my way to the dwarf to see if either of the two ones here are still alive or not. So since canonically I probably wouldn't know that this one, I could suspect that this dead one here was dead, but I'll just check to see for life signs.
Oh, we got another one. Sorry. Yeah. So this guy at the back. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So he is he's alive, but he is
This is more intense.
critically injured.
Okay. I'm assuming it's like death saving throws territory for this guy.
Yeah. Death saving throws territory.
Okay.
Do you want to stabilize him?
I'll pull a good berry out of my pocket
Uh-huh.
and put it into his mouth. And
They
then
automatically
kinda, like,
stabilize,
push it down
right?
his- Yeah, it gives him 1 hit point.
Yeah. So you manage to sort of push it into his mouth and chew it a little bit with his jaw, which is just hanging.
Just manipulate his head.
Cock his head back a bit. It falls down his
I'm a
throat.
dwarf. I tried to fight a lava elemental. Yeah.
I suppose I can stop casting now. So he stabilizes.
Do you mind if I jump over?
Sure thing.
Do you mind if I jump over and cast like unseen servant to just pick up one of the bags, and I also pick up one of the bags and we just hightail it back?
Sure. So the bags are now both with you guys on the other side. You can see now that you're closer where these people, these dwarves, have been mining against the rock, and you can only assume that you guys are kind of getting towards the edge of the mountain, which would have basically just led them out into the open desert and allowed them to escape.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's fine.
I was gonna say, are they? So from context earlier, they were trying to mine. They were trying to just basically carve a tunnel, right?
Yeah, they were trying to like get the hell out of the mountain and free themselves and run off into the desert.
Okay. There doesn't appear to be any valuables. They weren't like mining into valuable stone or anything. There's
Yeah,
generally
no,
big
it's
stuff
just
to
all cobblestone.
They were trying to get away with the gold mines.
Okay.
And sell them.
Then I will walk back, and the lava elemental is down there, and I will use mold earth
Okay.
to along the pillar by where the lava elemental is. I will put up a little script in Primordial that just says thank you, but it just like it just raises out a little bit, just like a subtle gradation.
I like it.
I imagine
guys-
it like a
Nice.
D&D summon symbol.
Oh, what summon
Yeah,
symbol?
Dark Souls, that's the one.
Oh, I was like D&D summon symbol. Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
you're on about.
I don't know what that was, Safik. What do you mean?
I'll post it in the Discord
Yeah.
so you can have a look.
Okay, yeah, because I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about.
I don't know
So-
why I'm not like huffing and puffing for breath at this point.
You would all be quite exhausted. I mean, you especially with your point of exhaustion. But
Yeah.
you know, spending this much time in these lava pools is certainly going to take its toll. You see as the lava elemental gives a nod, turns back around, and just wades back into the lava as if he was just going down a set of stairs. Eventually, you know, going out of sight. Noted. He doesn't see it, but I know you did it.
Yeah, I feel good about myself.
It's canon that you did wave. Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Well, we have retrieved some of these dwarves. The rest of them are, well, do not fight elementals in their home territory. How shall we get them across?
Well, I could always. No, I don't think I.
I have idea.
Yes.
Okay.
What is
bear
your
with me.
idea?
It is unusual idea. I can be camel. You put them on my back. I jump across.
Okay. Do you want my help as like a levitation thing, or can you just jump across?
I can probably just jump across. I am strong as
Okay.
camel.
Cool.
And you can perhaps lash them to my back so they do not, especially the injured one, so he does not fall off when I jump.
Okay. I don't have a rope though, do I?
I have rope. Use my rope.
Okay. So I just like tie the really injured one.
Yeah.
Like,
so
actually-
So what I'm going to
So-
suggest is we like toss the bags over.
Yeah.
Just in there.
and
Why
then
would we toss them? Sorry, that was completely.
We
uncalled
toss
for.
them to
But why
our
would we-
to other people on the other side.
Right.
We're not just throwing them on the ground. Like we get our
Right.
the other party members. We toss them and they catch.
Right. Okay.
But we can't toss people, I assume. I don't know how heavy these bags are. How heavy are the bags?
Ooh, good question.
See, I
Probably
have my invisible.
heavier than you would have anticipated.
I have my
Um,
invisible guy carrying one of the bags.
Yeah.
So do I just make him jump across?
I actually already assumed that you had sort of rallied them across at this point.
Oh,
Oh,
I guess
well
then
then,
we've
yeah.
done that then.
Yeah,
And
we'll be there
the way
when.
the way we get across is I'll turn into a camel on this
Yep.
middle pier. We basically just get everybody. The one dwarf who isn't dead, they jump across. The one dwarf who's like really hurt, lash him into my back. Tie the bags of beetles to my back as well, and I jump
Yep.
across. As a camel, I have a strength of 16.
Okay, so a decent jump sort
Yeah.
of distance. Got you. Yeah, sure. You managed to get up a decent run and launch your way over the 10-foot gap. Landing on the other side. Now you realize you have the problem of getting them up this sort of rope.
That is not hard. We tie rope.
It's solvable,
we pull
to be
rope
honest.
up. We
gonna-
tie things. One of us stays at bottom. We tie things. I can stay down here because it is easy for me to climb up.
I can also.
And
Well,
we
I
tie
myself
rope to
can
them and pull the
levitate.
rope up.
Sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
That sounds fine. I'll assume that with with enough teamwork, you guys managed to get them back up to the elevator, where you now have 2 bags of glow mites and one unconscious dwarf and Ressa, who has unenthusiastically followed you.
I am carrying the unconscious dwarf
Got you.
because I am the strongest.
So, now in the elevator, you see the bell that Pietro was speaking about earlier, and you just sort of ring it and wait maybe 10 minutes until until Monroe has actually heard you, and then the elevator starts moving upwards. Eventually,
Just dwarf and ask her. So how did you get the rug back over that hole? Like that just. Of all the things today, that's the thing that's just completely like I don't know how you did that.
oh
How did
well,
you do
it
it?
was quite easy actually. Laszlo, the unconscious dwarf there, he is quite talented with a little hand, ghostly hand that comes out. So it wasn't too hard for him.
I did tell you this.
I thought you were just offering it up as a suggestion.
No, that was what I thought they had done. I
If you
was
If
right.
you can do magic, I don't know why you're working as minors, but sure.
They are adults. Why do we need to keep?
As
insisting
I
they are
said, they are
children?
working as minors.
How about we make a little deal? I can perhaps give you some more money, and you could maybe say that I was forced to go along with the others.
I am
Where would you
unconcerned
get
with
the money
how
from?
you did this.
I have a little bit stored away. She pulls out of her bag 200 gold pieces. You can take this, and it's completely free. All you have to do is tell them that I was merely held hostage.
You may tell them this. I tell them nothing about what happened. I am only bringing you back.
I said that you were held hostage, but what about your unconscious friend? When he wakes up, he might.
I'll be
more
gone by
inclined.
then. Don't worry.
What do you guys think? Do we let him go?
We do not need to let her go. We just bring them up, and we say, we found them. We have brought the bags of insects, which I am still not happy with, but there is nothing I can do about this. They live in the mine, so they will be found anyway. But
So
we
you're
do not
really
need
not
to
going
tell
to
them what
tell
happened.
them? I can make up whichever story I feel.
I do not,
We're probably gonna tell them. Yeah.
You
I
don't
will
have
not.
to, though.
but my friends may.
We know we don't have to, but I mean I don't know about you, but
Well,
I
we've
was raised not to lie. So yeah.
well we've done our job. Whether or not they were paying you correctly for you to turn on us is for you to determine on your own.
Listen, I'm not a bad woman. I just wanted a better life for my unborn child, and I did
Insight
maybe
check.
some wrong things. All right, give me an insight check.
Can I do it as well?
Yeah,
I would also
for
like to do an insight check.
go
I
ahead.
rolled like shit.
I don't have a. I don't know where my d20 went. That's it.
I may as well join in and do it as well.
Insight gag.
Oh, I have a +5 in this as well. What the heck?
What did you roll, Seth?
I still got a 9.
Right.
A 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Me.
I
Or
got a
five.
9 naturally, and what is it? It's insight, so that's +2. So I rolled 11.
11.
Under 10.
What did Marshall get?
I got 8 in total.
You got a what?
8 in total.
8
Rolled a
in
4
total.
plus 4.
It's hard to tell. She might be telling the truth.
We're shit. We're shit.
She
Would
might
my
be telling the
pa-
truth.
Would my
My
passive
wisdom party,
insight-
and we fucked it up badly.
Apples, do you want to go ahead and try an insight check?
Sure.
Please say natural 20.
19.
She's lying.
Yes!
Apples
Ah,
make her again.
Thank you, apples.
Incredible. You managed to suss out that you don't quite believe her. Everybody else, you're like, hard to tell. This is quite a proposal.
I think it would be quite like. I just ask. So, how far into your pregnancy are you?
Very early, very, very early.
I'll just tap Aura on the shoulder to be like, she's lying. Just don't.
Oh. Fair enough.
So we have a deal. You want say, and you can have this money.
I do not need the money. If
To be fair, if you wanted a better life, you
give
would
it to the
you
poor.
would just keep the money. Why wouldn't you want to?
Well, I am expecting to spend the rest of my days behind bars if you tell. So this is preferable.
Ale in this?
Yes, we're
Not
not
that much.
complete barbarians.
Okay. Why am I leading this conversation? I like this is my second D&D session ever. How am I
And did you
supposed to-
ask this question to yourself? The elevator rises to the top, the light blinding you, having spent several hours underground.
Hey, look,
and,
it's the sky.
You see
Wow.
the
I did
back
not
end of a
realize how much I looked like
triceratops,
Sky.
and Monroe just walks out. Oh,
Well, I guess it's a bit
Well.
late now.
We have
looks like you found those miners.
we've completed
Well.
our task.
Come right with me.
Yeah.
He leads you into the mine shack where Yanma and Aisha are waiting. Pietro is no longer there. But they're waiting. They turn eagerly to see you walk through the door with 2 big bags and 2 miners.
We have
Yanma.
recovered.
Holy shit. What happened? Yes, I'm
We've-
quite interested to know myself.
We've Done as you asked.
Or-
here.
What are you handing?
I'm referring to the dwarves.
Oh, I
and-
see. Like, yeah.
I take the unconscious one and just sort of like slump him down in a chair. This one was injured.
I am sorry I doubted you, Aisha. And she's like, yes, well, you should have had those beasts exterminated from your mine. That
Maybe
is...
you should
Please.
mention that.
There is a magma elemental down there. You should
Yeah.
avoid agitating it. It is not
Yeah.
in the normal part of your mind, but
There's a big hole in the second sanctum. It might be.
A big
Did we
hole.
cover the hole again with the?
There should not
tunnel?
be a big hole, unless it went, of course, horizontally. But vertically, there should be no holes.
Yeah, well, there was a hole down into this little lava area, and that's where the elemental lives. So just don't go down there unless you're.
What were you doing down in that hole? As you
Well,
can see, he
finding
says
these
towards.
guys.
Yeah, he's speaking to the dwarf who's conscious. We got lost running from this elemental creature. Thank God these heroes came and saved us when they did.
this
The other
is a lie.
two.
They
Excuse
were
me?
down there with the elemental. They did not. The elemental did not chase them from your mind down to the elemental fall.
The
See.
elemental didn't exactly help their situation. Might have been partly me. Never mind.
I do not know why they were down there. Well, I do not know why they went down there at first. but they intruded on the elemental stuff. You do not need to go down and kill the elemental. Unless
Well-
Please don't. He's a real he's a real dear once you get to know him.
We will cover the hole up. We cannot have this happening again. We will collapse the entrance to such a place and leave it.
this
But,
seems wise.
I am very confused as to why this would happen. What happened exactly after Pietro escaped from the mine?
We tell them.
Are you asking us or are you asking your employee?
I'm asking you. I don't trust these dwarfs of Aisha's.
There is a hole. They went down in the hole, and some of them were trying to tunnel out.
They were trying to escape with supposedly these bags of glow mites.
That is how it appeared.
Very well. Aisha, it appears you need to hire some better staff. And she turns and says, yes, this will be dealt with immediately. She reaches in her pocket, pulls out a large bag, weighty bag of jingling golden pieces. I believe this is what was promised. It's all there.
Thank you for your Well, I do not know how to finish the sentence. Thank you.
It's a tea.
And he takes the Carborundum takes the bag.
Indeed, the job was a job indeed. Yes, yes.
Fun one.
We owe you a great service. Thank you for resolving this problem.
You have paid us for our service. You do not owe us anything other than our salary, our wages.
Well,
And
perhaps
that's
if I
the
bump into you in a tavern, friend, I can buy you a round of drinks.
Carborundum just nods.
Farewell.
Come, friends. I buy us around.
Yep. To
Decided whether
the,
or not this bar drinks.
to the pub, my friends. I need to stick my head in a bucket.
I buy you a juice then.
As well.
Ooh, a
So,
juice will suffice.
as you turn around and leave the mining shack back into the blazing heat of Karak, and rejoin the bustling groups of many different folks from many different pathways, that concludes our adventure for tonight. Thank you very much for playing.
Thank you for
Hey.
running.
Interesting.
We lived.
We did
Right,
live.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you did live
Yay.
indeed.
Thank you.
Not only did we live, but I
Out of all the
I-
ways I saw this session going, didn't account for that. Did not
That
account
was
for
a good
that.
one. Not gonna lie.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Your bard was so goddamn sassy.
So good. So good.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was amazing. Amazing. That was awesome. That was really, really
Yeah.
fun to listen to.
It was
I'm
almost.
glad.
It was almost inspired? Question mark. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa!
Yeah, my spell choices were not optimal for this particular scenario.
My spell choices weren't optimal, and then I freaking.
No, they
it
actually
worked
were
out.
extremely.
But
But
it
like
worked out so well.
silence
my word.
wasn't used. Well, silence is something, but like heat metal. That's why I asked if they were wearing armor.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna do.
Yeah, I was really
well-
hoping one of you like wearing like a breastplate or something, and I could just burn the breastplate off of him.
Yeah, no, because they're miners, right? They just sort
Yeah,
of.
no,
went
I
down
get
and-
it. It makes complete sense. It just was like, well,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I like the
Crystal
I like the
today.
idea. I always love heat metal.
I was just helping you to get into an angle where I shoot him off.
Yeah.
I was waiting
That
for
was
that.
my goal.
yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
thank you very
I
much for
will.
playing, guys.
Yep, I'll.
Thanks for running
So
it, Mojo.
thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed the one shot. Thank you so much to the players and especially Mojo for DMing.
You're welcome.
Hey.
You're welcome.
Clap, clap, clap.
Yay!
Yay.
All right, love you all. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.